So hi everybody. Welcome to session number 6 of Rollitivity, our Dungeons & Dragons campaign. We are starting a little bit late and behind the 8 ball, but that's okay. Today we are raising money for Extra Life. I am here with the Warriors of Whimsydale who have been playing games and raising money for kids. Extra Life supports the Children's Miracle Network hospitals, and if you go to the link on our Twitch page, it will take you directly to our team donation page, and you can just pick whichever team member you want to get the credit for your donation, but the money goal goes to the same place, no matter what. And specifically, we're in the Atlanta area, so that's going to go to the local Children's Healthcare of Atlanta hospitals. Meanwhile, do a very quick recap. Last session found our heroes stuck in a swamp of sadness. Well, somebody made a reference recently. So, after fighting a number of dangers and monsters, and including a troll that had an eyeball in a jar inside of its hut, you've been made your way closer to where you think the ancient shrine of the dragon gods was supposed to be located. And when you did so, you found a circle of mirrors around some kind of ancient altar. And through the mirrors, you found that this was actually not the dragon shrine itself, but a gateway to whatever otherworldly or otherwise faraway place that it actually existed. The objective was to use the power of the shrine to cure the affliction of your Dragonborn monk, and that was successful when you reached there. And through a sacrifice that violated every tenet of her faith, your previous cleric, Aleeriana, sacrificed a small pseudo-dragon and was able to use that to open the gateway that got you all tumbling into the darkness to who knows where. So now we open back on the Circle of Mirrors out in kind of a drier, higher ground section in the Great Bog, where we have a ranger and a fighter who were trailing behind the group for some time, having been led on a merry chase by some will-o-wisps for the previous couple of days. But when you found the trail, you were able to resume and almost had caught back up with the group when they completely vanished inside the Circle of Mirrors. And from your point of view, that happened only moments ago. You could see in the distance, you were just about to call out to them, and then you saw monsters, some kind of ogreish beings are holding beasts on chains. So one of them has a huge lizard held by a chain, another one a long-tusked giant boar.
And those appeared out of nowhere?
No, they've been standing this entire time, kind of like some kind of guard right outside of the Circle of Mirrors. And then when everyone else disappeared, this right over that central altar, this skull that had previously just been laying there on top of it, dormant. Actually, the moment they were gone, it actually floated up in the air and its eyes began to glow. And so right now, you guys, as far as you know, have not been observed. You've been hanging back behind the tree, and as you've circled around from where the rest of your group had approached from this direction, and you've been keeping an eye out, and for the past minute there's been no sign of them. They've vanished inside the Circle of Mirrors, and you were too far away to hear whatever it is was said. And that's where we're going to get started. So I think that means we're back, you guys, and I think that now we can actually see everything and everyone.
Ooh.
Maybe.
Right. Ready to start shooting stuff.
Let's do it.
Maybe. So now we're gonna go. Let's see the map. Okay.
Map.
Let me adjust the camera slightly so that anybody who cares to watch can actually see what's going on this end of the table. So, sorry about that. Victor and Caity. What do you want to do? At the moment, you don't seem to have been observed. Your friends have been gone for, like we're saying, less than a minute, really, since they have just vanished. And the creatures outside of the circle have or seem to be looking, away from you.
I mean, I'm not going anywhere. I'm gonna stay here. I might climb the tree to get a better bird's eye view. That's about it.
Well, is that what you'd like to do? Okay. An athletics check for me, please.
Nat 20, so 24.
You were definitely up a tree.
Climb the fuck out of that tree. Tree didn't know what was coming.
Probably a little tree stand.
It's falling. For 30 minutes.
You can now be up in a tree.
On a pizza stand.
That's absolutely a pizza stand.
Pizza stands are super useful and awesome. Okay. All right. So you are up a tree.
Yep. Just trying to observe maybe what's in the center.
Okay. You see at the moment you see this flaming-eyed skull, which you only know because it just sort of slowly does an orbit, where it just turns around in place, hovering a few feet over this stone altar.
Do I know or recognize anything about this structure, this whatever is going on, what this is?
No, not specifically. You are,
Are these actual mirrors?
yes.
Okay. Well, my character doesn't know anything about any of that, so.
But you do see there. It's almost like a circle of standing stones, but instead of stones, there are mirrors, and they all face inward, all on that central point, like they're all reflecting that altar. I need both of you to make stealth checks.
Does she get advantage being in the tree? I don't.
What did you
I
roll?
rolled a 1.
Oh my gosh, you can get up there like, hell yeah, I'm in the tree and fall out.
I'm up in a tree, you guys. I'm in a tree.
I mean, I
The loudest tree climbing ever.
So really it's a 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's still that
Have
one.
you ever seen the bug on the wall where he's like black, the wall's white? He's like, that's like you right now. Like you don't understand how cool you are.
We
You
thought the
moved
tree
all
had
the
a bunch.
branches
Yes,
out of
I
the
say we
way.
thought there were a
Yeah,
bunch of
well,
leaves.
You're like a toddler that like hides her eyes and thinks they're invisible.
You can't see me.
All right, you scramble up the tree effortlessly while Felix is just flattened up against the tree and is peeking out the other side. You seem to be in good shape. And while you're maneuvered up the tree, unfortunately, your foot slips from one section. You come down heavy on another part of the branch that just suddenly goes and makes a loud wooden cracking sound. Suddenly, every single thing, having heard that, whips around looking for the source of the noise, including the skull immediately
Oh, the skull
rotates in place
Mm.
and seems to be looking right toward you guys.
We're off to an awesome
Was your first?
That's what I said.
The large,
He's the only one that can climb.
the large ogreish creature that has the lizard goes and points right up to the tree where he seems to be able to spot you among the leaves.
I'm not worried about them climbing up after me. I mean, I'm ready in action to shoot at one of them. Should they come any closer, like they're going to try and attack me or climb the tree?
So yeah, the guy with the lizard kind of goes. And he gestures to the other one, the one with the boar. Go ahead and roll initiative for me, you two.
19.
12. Who goes first? Not me. I'm too busy
Victor, what'd you say?
That's what I really want Carver's.
19.
19?
Crush
Okay.
Just. I don't think he's gonna be that nice to us. I don't think he's gonna be that nice to us.
Michael's not here, and he falls through this portal. He lands on these guys.
That's what you said.
That's what he just said.
Was not even paying attention.
See, I don't even think that far ahead because I don't think he's gonna be that nice to us. So I don't even dream. I'm like, he's just gonna not show up, or he's gonna fall in pieces somewhere. We're gonna have to put him back together. Farih.
One of my previous characters was Warforged. Like, doesn't obviously like us.
All right.
That was my biggest thing to do, was just to turn all the fall things. Just like progress their style. 600 pounds. Right now, the
It's
game told me this,
amazing.
like, he stopped putting us in dungeons because that just wasn't fair anymore.
Okay. Felix, you're the first to react. You can see that at the suggestion of his buddy, the guy with the boar is starting to trundle forward towards you guys, but you're the first to kind of react, and you can do something if you choose.
As much as do I want to climb a tree, because the boar's not getting to us in the tree.
Might be knocking you out of a tree.
Were they wielding
Just
weapons?
take down the tree.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna
Just
say.
giant clubs.
Giant-ass
They have
Yeah,
any
right.
ranged weapons at all?
Not that you can see from here.
Me versus 3 guys on the ground is not going to go over well.
Yeah, but I'm not here. I'm making my shit.
So stay hidden or do something.
No, I think I'm gonna stay. I don't think that they see me.
Okay, you're gonna
There's
ready in
only
action or
Yeah, and already in action for I think the boar is probably the best chance. So melee against anything that comes close enough to the tree.
okay. Noted. All right. See the giant lizard kind of tugs at its leash, but he kind of holds onto it for now. The skull, you just see its eyes get brighter and more orange. From a distance, you can't see much because you can see how small that thing is from where you are. But yeah, it doesn't seem to be doing anything just yet. And now, Nevi, you're up in a tree, but you are quite visible at the moment, and you see them coming toward you. What do you want to do?
They are actively moving.
Yeah, they're
towards us.
moving. And just haven't. It's not their turn yet, but the one with the boar is moving toward where you're
Right
at.
for the other guy to come after you.
Sure. I'm gonna. I think Color's Mark is a bonus action. I'm gonna go ahead and cast Hunter's Mark, which
Mhm.
I don't have.
There you go.
On the lizard,
Okay.
and then I'm going to go ahead and take a shot at the lizard with my longbow.
Even though they're not moving towards you.
They're moving.
Oh, I
So
thought
they
he.
are.
I thought he said the one with the
They
boar.
just haven't moved yet.
Yeah.
It's on their turn. They're starting to
They
move.
turned and look like they're coming towards
Oh,
us.
yeah.
Take whatever advantage you can.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Here's the mark token, by the way.
Thanks.
Oh, there's mine.
Oh yeah, that'll definitely hit. That's on the boar.
No,
The
that's on this
lizard.
lizard.
On the lizard.
And then with the hunter's mark, it takes 4 damage.
Okay.
So, 11 damage.
Ow.
Lizard's gonna be pissed.
He didn't like that at all. Okay. Now, any other, that was your bonus action?
Yep,
You're gonna
no
stay in the
movement.
tree and just do your thing, okay. Alright. So this guy is gonna come and comes up, it's got the boar kind of in tow, scoops up just a jagged rock off the ground as he's walking. And he chucks it up at the tree at you. And that would be a 7 to hit and misses you. So the rock just hits a nearby branch, rattling it a lot, and leaves shake out of the tree a little bit, but nothing else happens. The boar is snorting and scratching at the ground as it's coming. And that's it for round 1. All right, Felix, you're keeping an eye peeking around the corner. Is there anything you want to do on your turn? Or are you just going to attempt to stay hidden?
No, I think we're good. They're gonna come over on their own.
All right, you just maintain your held action.
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right. After getting shot, the other one lets go of the chain. And yeah. The lizard does a dash. And gets kind of right up to the base of the tree. And next, the skull does something. It floats up in the air and gets a much nicer line of sight bead on you. Its eyes glow bright orange and then almost red for a moment. And then just a ray shoots from one of its eyes. It's like a laser beam and tries to hit you. And does not. Shit. Okay, well that sucks. That was a page to hit. So this time you see just, maybe a couple feet away from you on the tree trunk, just this hole is just scorched all the way through the other side and makes this hole. You kind of look over for a second and it's bored all the way through and has set a tree on fire, a couple 100 feet behind you. But the thing otherwise makes no sound.
Okay,
It's now your turn.
my turn?
Mhm.
Yeah. I'm gonna shoot the lizard in the face, not specifically shot calling, but is trying to climb the tree, right?
Yeah, bump that lizard.
26.
That'll do it.
Snap face.
Yeah, 9 damage.
Different D6.
I did. That's cool. And then. It takes full action. I can attack.
Any movement or
Does the attack seem to have
he's
finished him off?
no, he's not finished off, but he is definitely hurt. He's got a couple of arrows sticking out of him, and he doesn't like that at all.
Kind of a big lizard.
Would it be half my move speed to get down the tree?
Yeah.
Yeah. And do I have to, what?
Because if you come down, you can get back through two other guys.
I just try to make sure, if movement-wise, that I'm kind of stuck somewhere that like he can't shut me off, or I'm not on like a precarious branch or something that he can
Okay.
step on and knock me off that way.
All right. You just try to secure yourself up in the tree. Okay. Noted. All right. At this point, we got the other. This comes up here. Let me check on Mr. Boar. I think he's just duck over there. Yeah. He actually gives some slack to the boar's chain. And he just bolts forward and just charges tusk first right into the tree. And rattles it a little
Good
bit.
thing
You secured yourself, so go ahead and roll me, at this point, I guess, acrobatics with advantage, since you're all braced.
Like, just throw away. You said acrobatics?
Well, actually, technically, dexterity saving throw with advantage. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
15.
Okay, yeah, you're no problem. You maintain your footing. All right, Felix, that is your.
Lizard time.
Okay.
Can you move me up to the side?
Yeah, and as you're coming out, you already see the lizard has started to claw up like it's going to climb the tree.
Next to the tree. There you go. Yep. So we're attacking the lizard.
Okay.
Sure. No advantage.
Nope.
You're not quite flanking.
That's 11. Hit? No?
11's probably not going to do it. Nope.
Really won't be hit.
This thing is reacts, sees you the moment you come around, and just sort of undulates its body in right as you slice down.
I'll go ahead and feigning attack him.
You're gonna do a what?
Fainting attack.
Okay.
It's the weapon skill. which gives me a d6, right? And also advantage on attack.
Okay.
So 19, 1, 4, 6, 10, 11. 11 damage.
Okay. That will definitely do it.
We'll see if he tries to.
The lizard is very badly hurt. And it immediately turns its attention to you now that you practically killed it after everything else it's been through. Whirls around and goes in for a bite. Forked tongue snakes out, goes to chomp you. That's a natural 12, 16 to hit. Huh? Bites only armor.
And breaks
Go be a lizard.
I know, no problem.
All right.
You never do this alone, right? But you
It's
know
almost
that.
dead.
The flame skull's eyes glow one more time.
Yep.
This time, 3 glowing darts of energy just fly out of its eyes, streak across the sky straight into you with no chance to avoid or miss.
Okay.
The hell are my other d4s? I know I pulled out a few.
Somebody's gonna die.
We told you. No, you don't know that.
Alright, more than one.
We got this. There's only 4 of them. Nice.
All right, so you take a total of 8 points of force damage as these things just slam into you.
Lovely.
The skull still just stays expressionless and just floating about 30 feet in the air.
Can it have an expression?
Yep.
I mean, it always looks like it's smiling. All right, Nevi, your turn.
Oh, I was like, the blizzard should have moved, it didn't.
Yeah.
Could attack me soon.
Yeah. It decided to not climb the tree because it was busy fighting for its life.
Did you know that you can save 15%?
Shut up!
I'm gonna go ahead and shoot at the lizard.
Okay.
15. Should hit.
Yes, that hits. It is almost certainly dead.
Better than 1 this time.
12.
All right. This time your arrow sinks right into the top of its head from above, and it just slumps down dead at Felix's feet.
Move your hunter's mark.
Yeah. I'm trying to decide if I want to put it on floaty head guy.
You want to get the stuff that's in your face.
Or it's never gonna
I don't know about that.
Right, like that's the thing. Like I'm not worried about those. This thing is.
Unless they,
I'm worried
unless
about
they
the
knock you
skull.
out of the tree.
She has a ring, and
No, it's true. I mean,
Air superiority.
it's like,
Although, you probably shouldn't stay up there forever. I think it's eventually going to float. And you can never.
I mean, it's magical, so I don't think it's gonna wail forever. If magic is doing anything, they have limited amounts of shots.
Limited amounts of hit points.
it's true.
that's a dangerous.
They're like hit points, they run out eventually.
Okay.
Alright. Mark the pig.
Yeah, I just kind of put
Combo.
an action to move it.
Pumba's been marked.
All right. Pig's been marked.
It has been marked for death.
So, at this moment, there's this huge, like, rush of air, and this suddenly, and then there's this sound of impact as a 700-pound hunk of human-shaped metal slams down inside the circle of mirrors.
Okay.
Here he is.
Insert.
However, it
Hit the
slams
skull all the way
down
down.
face down,
Aw.
and actually, let's see, from your vantage point, Caity, roll a perception check for me.
Bye-bye, Carver.
20.
Nice.
Nat 20.
All right. So
Good call.
you see, just like he only appears a few feet above the ground, but slams down like with incredible force, like denting into the earth, and you just see this glint of red just going dink, dink, dink off into the outside of the mirror and off into the tall grass.
Fuck's sake.
And he just lays there completely still and
Bye-bye,
unmoving.
Carver.
When you see us riding it on it.
Surfing. All right.
Yeah, you said I saw a glint of red.
Yeah, just like a sparkling red little, just then catching the light, and you hear this little clinking sound, like tink, tink, and you see it bouncing, and then it disappears into the grass, and you don't know
But I know what direction.
roughly
it
where
went.
it is. Yeah, just not. You'd have to look for it.
So this thing went up and down, but it didn't leave the space of
It
the
stayed
altar.
right inside.
Okay. Wow.
And so right after this happened, suddenly you notice that a crack appears in one of the mirrors, the one kind of on the farthest end closest to me. Yeah, just a little crack inside the mirror itself.
You got a Sharpie?
Yeah.
Here you go.
Well, I gotta.
He needs the butter.
You wanna crack the mirror? That's.
Gotta get fancy there. Well, that's pretty good.
That's good.
There we go.
Masterful.
Now we've got some ogreish beings. This one sees the big thing come down and just kind of comes over and just kind of peeks in. Actually, put it on the map. I do that. This one, however, walks up here, takes his club, and just slams it as hard as he can into the side of the tree
Front
trunk.
row. Clearly.
If a tree falls in a forest.
I'm pretty sure we're all gonna hear it.
Am I rolling a dex check?
You're gonna making me a dexterity saving throw, just straight, not advantage or disadvantage.
I roll a 17 plus 6 is
Oh, modifier. Plus one.
25.
It's not. It shouldn't be +6. It's not the.
No, the saving
It's a
throw.
saving
Oh, it's
Yeah.
a saving throw.
Whatever
You're
your
right.
saving throw is.
Dex.
I'm done. You're right.
You're good. All right, yeah, you hold on.
Easily.
You got this.
As long as my dice baby.
And one goes over there, and then meanwhile, the boar circles around.
Uh-oh.
Goes in on Felix.
Oh. He
I
doesn't
called
like
him-
that name.
I called him pork chop.
That's what it's gonna be here soon.
So he circles around and tries to tusk you.
Dirty, I like it.
All right, that's going to be an 18.
Oh, that does hit.
Nice. All right, so it's going to be. It's going to be 11 points of slashing damage as tusks just dig into your leg.
Okay.
And this thing's huge.
That's what she said.
Let's see.
They don't call it five.
Corey, roll initiative for me.
Oh.
7.
You're so disoriented. What the fuck is happening?
You
All right. We're now on round 4. Those of you who are here suddenly hear this weird, kind of gross, husky, what must be a laugh. Just echoing seemingly out of nowhere.
Pretty sure you're a little too good at that. Just saying.
And then stepping out of the broken mirror, a phone call.
actually,
All right, so we have a glowy skull and the hag.
this might be the end of our.
I can't easily answer. This is Michael. Do you want to try to get a hold of him?
Yeah. Tell him to stop calling
I don't know if he's telling us.
Is he in chat?
All he said is.
Oh, the soul gem! Exclamation mark.
Oh no.
Yeah, my phone is being currently used as a camera, so. All right, and this gives me a moment to figure out what the hell she's going to do.
You're supposed. Yeah, what's up? Oh, you're offline apparently. It's back now?
For me.
Okay, well apparently it's back now, but he was calling because it was.
Oh, okay.
I have my phone sitting right next to me, so just text me when you see that stuff, because he didn't answer it.
Or tell him I'm in chat. I've got my phone up. I can see it.
Yep. Okay.
All right, cool.
Bye.
Thanks for the heads up, Michael.
All right.
All right, so the hag appears.
And a fiery skull.
Disgusting, you know, kind of brown skin, green,
But you
stringy
two
hair
might
hanging over her face.
Well, you two might be a little worse for wear. Yeah.
We'll be okay.
She steps out and then she just like seems to squint and look around and is just taking a moment to take in what's going on.
Unfortunately, she's not melting.
However, it is Felix's turn.
Sidestep and punch the fuck out of that boar.
Yeah, I think we're punching the boar.
You're gonna punch the board? Oh.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Why use
With
swords?
the weapon, right.
Punching it with a sword.
Yeah.
Punch it well.
All
I'm the
right.
only one with a sword. I guess I could use it, right? Okay. 22
That'll definitely hit.
for 7 damage.
Nice.
Alright. And now.
Hurt me, I'm gonna hurt you.
Right. So I'm gonna evasive footwork and try to move out of there.
Okay. What does evasive footwork do for you again?
Just bonus to AC until I stop moving. So 2.
Okay, so you become a little trickier to hit.
No, it's not 2. It's 6. And we're just gonna move.
Okay. It will try for an opportunity attack on you when you walk away, but now you're harder to hit. And it rolled a natural 5, so you are evasively duck out of the way and with no attack on you, and it's burned its reaction. All right, now that you're out of there, is there
I
anything
just
else you want
created
to
some
do?
distance. All right, I'm good.
That's it? Okay,
Yeah.
yep, you
And
poked
I
it.
keep that
and
until I
everything.
stop moving.
Got it. All right, there is no giant lizard anymore, so that's done. Meanwhile, the flaming skull. Dun, dun, dun. It's going to continue to take pock shots at the chick in the tree. It's going to once again try to fire one of its fire rays at you. That would be a nat 20.
Oh god.
That's not good. All right, so that's going to be 18 fire damage. And just
Are you dead?
I'm at 0.
Oh, okay.
all right. Because okay, now let me roll this. So I'm gonna allow you to do this. Give me another dexterity saving throw. Since you were like securing yourself and bracing yourself in the tree to see if you just kind of like limply hang on in the tree or if you fall.
You just said dex saving throw?
Yeah.
15.
Okay. So, yeah, because you kind of braced yourself in the tree, you just kind of suddenly, when this fire hits you and the impact just gets you, you just sort of slump forward in the position you were in, and you're just kind of hanging there.
Well.
And it uses its movement to lower itself back down, so you can take it off of the flight. They take the flight stand out now.
And then there were 5. For those of you who are okay.
Caity, it's Nevi's turn. I need you to make a death saving throw for me, please.
What is
Just
death saving?
straight D20 roll. Roll a 10 or higher for me.
Yes.
Check.
All right, so you've got 1 success that you can record under your death saves. Trying to make 3 before you fail 3.
Got it. 50-50 chance.
Yeah,
It's
but-
actually slightly better than 50 because it includes the 10.
Includes the 10.
So you have
Okay.
a better than half chance. However, there's lots of things that can make you auto fail. All right, now on initiative 7, suddenly there's another one of these rushing sounds. And Cal appears inside the stone circle, or inside the mirror circle, rather.
Oh my god.
You can position yourself in front of one of the mirrors.
I don't think that ogre's coming in the
No, I
mirrors,
don't
so
think it's either, so you're fine.
You take 1 point of bludgeoning damage as you suddenly you appear and you slam into the ground. Go ahead and make an acrobatics check for me real quick.
9.
Okay, you are currently prone, but but it is otherwise your turn. You look around and this is the situation. You see you're back there. It's brightly lit, and the sun is like where it's been hazy everywhere else in the swamp. This area is now suddenly open and it's all very bright, and the light's reflecting out of the mirrors.
All right, I burned half my movement to stand up.
Yep.
So she's just chilling, right?
Well, for the moment, yeah, she was just kind of looking around.
And seconds between when she hit, when I hit, right? Like when she came out.
About 6, well, not even 6 seconds ago, but yeah, she's still just had a few moments to get her bearings when she emerged from the mirror.
I immediately recognize her now, right?
Oh yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna just open up with a nice little hideous laughter on the hag.
Okay. wisdom saving throw. Try Mr. Orange D20.
Is this your wisdom saving throw dice?
Apparently not. That'd be a modified 4. However, let's see. All right, she's going to use one of her 3 legendary resistances of the day. And so she chooses to succeed her saving throw instead of fail it.
Awesome.
This is a boss monster, y'all.
Yeah, right.
I got some
Well, considering
tricks.
we already have one down, I think we could have guessed that.
All right, so yeah, she succeeds the saving throw even though she rolled a 4, but she can only do that a few times, and then she has burned through those, and that's it.
All right, I'm gonna use. I burned half my movement to stand up. I'm just gonna move outside of the ring of mirrors.
Okay, no problem at all. All right, you tell a joke that fell flat, and then you dart outside.
The joke was good. She just wasn't.
It wasn't the right audience.
She didn't
apparently.
get it.
She just didn't get it, yeah.
All right, the half ogre, so on the base of the tree, takes his club once again. Just goes slam, slam, slam against the side of it, and let's see how well he does. Okay, I'm gonna make this just. Almost like a luck roll. Just roll a d20 for me. Okay. You are lucky. You're just secure place. Hold on, so you're just sort of, you bob, like ragdolling around a little bit, but you do not fall out of the tree despite his best efforts and wasting all of these attacks he could be making against Felix. However, the boar does one of the boar deals, and then just goes into a full charge and goes straight at you. So go ahead and move him. He has a 40-foot move, so
Yeah.
yeah, no problem. And
He's still not. Oh, well, I guess technically not.
I'm unconscious.
yep, Hunter's mark is gone. All right. Boar is using his charge attack. That's a natural 6, so probably not going to happen. Yep, no, it's 11. So yeah, you're able to weave out of the way as it kind of goes around you, skids, and then turns to face you. But it misses in the attack, and that's good too, because it basically would have gotten twice as much potential damage if it had succeeded on a charge. All right, next, let's see. Karlee, please roll initiative for me.
Everybody's gonna be dead by the time I get down
20 plus.
Nice.
Plus.
Damn.
Oh, my bad.
there. Initiative, so 21.
21.
You are the
Karlee, get in the
first
game.
one in the round.
All right, get in the game.
For real. All right.
I would tell you to come in and heal somebody, but.
Well, don't you say, well, yeah, I was gonna say.
All right, Karlee, you can choose one. You appear in a space directly in front of one of the mirrors. You take 1 point of bludgeoning damage. And you need to make an acrobatics check for me.
That's a 20. 4.
Plus.
What's your
No,
acrobat?
it was
Oh.
a 3 plus 1 is 4.
Nice.
I
All
was
right.
trying to be optimistic.
You are all just like
I am
Cal,
out of sorts.
you are prone,
So.
so you fall on your ass. However, let me give you a slight bit of flashback for a second before you appear, because you spent a moment. So,
I've I've been falling for 30 minutes. Cutscene.
So,
All right, time to go.
you were in the dragon shrine, and in that moment, you made your choice. The knife plunged into the side of the pseudo dragon's neck, and its blood splashed up on your arm, and with this sort of burning sensation. And then when you all went down into the pit and you were falling, you just felt heat from inside your body, as if like you're running a fever, but not in a way that made you feel sick or weak, but it actually just made you feel different. Like you feel like heat is just radiating off of your skin. And it almost feels like shackles and chains that have been holding you back are off, and suddenly you're not sure, but you feel differently. And you swear that you just hear this not whispering, but just distant and faint voice that just says, "Daughter, now you can hear my voice." And this just fire is burning inside your blood, and when you land, you see everything's different. The people who are able to see Aleeriana, you may not notice this at the beginning, but you see that her eyes are now like shark black. She's got very noticeable canine fangs. They're way more pronounced than they were before. And somewhere in the course of the fall, she is wearing, after she'd shed her previous armor and was just wearing her loose clothes underneath, she's now wearing a suit of jet black studded leather armor that seems to just have little bits of wispy smoke just trailing off of it, like it was like somebody had just set a torch to it and pulled it away, but it's just constantly doing that. And even like if you look even closely, it almost seems like heat is just radiating off of it.
That's what
And
you
now,
do.
not understanding any of this really, but you just suddenly fall, look around, and suddenly you're back at the circle of mirrors, but this time in the inside, and you can see the hag and everything around. And you only have this moment to react, but you feel like strangely, you feel strange power that you feel like has always been inside you, but has been held back by that chain around your neck and suppressing it. And suddenly it's just burning inside of you and just waiting to come out.
Then I'll just, it's my turn, correct? Okay, I'll do an Eldritch Blast.
You're gonna blast the witch, the hag. Okay.
You can stand
You
up.
stand up.
Do I have to stand up, or can I just do it from the ground?
You can do it from the
I'm
ground.
gonna do it from the ground.
Oh shit.
Wham!
Yes.
All right. Swing
Um.
at a hand. So that's Eldritch Blast. It's on your main weapon attacks because that's a cantrip you can use over and over again.
Yes.
So
Is it with a modifier or spell?
yeah, you got a modifier. That's your spell attack modifier.
17.
17. That actually hits.
Yes.
So that's a D10 force damage.
This is the 10, correct?
Oh, the
Yep.
0 on it.
That's correct.
What?
1. All right. You have done
It's not
1
only
point
10,
of
also.
force
I don't
damage.
think so.
It'll be on here.
Oh, nope, just 1d10 force damage.
Just crazy.
Hag's like, what?
What the hell is your problem, lady?
Got the end of her nose.
Oh yeah, that whole.
Great.
She no longer has a point.
Yeah, she has
you
a
got
normal
another
nose now.
wart.
You helped her out.
Wart.
All right.
Wait, I can still move?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you want to go ahead and stand
Yes.
up, it'll take half your movement to stand.
Yes. And then. Step up there.
It should.
Yeah. So,
It's
3
about
squares.
3 squares.
1, 2, 3.
Apparently, Michael did not like my hag laugh. He goes, "Please don't make her laugh." So yeah, if you succeed in casting hideous laughter on her, that will be upsetting.
Sure.
I was trying to decide if I want to do it on the skull, but I don't know what the skull does right now, so
Okay.
because I haven't seen it.
All right. So the new and possibly improved Aleeriana. By the way, you can't see it all because some of it's covered with armor, but where the pseudo dragon's blood splashed in her arm is now like this port wine birthmark that's forever marking you. So that every
Is that
single
also where
time
it
you
cut,
look at yourself,
right?
you'll be reminded of the thing that you did.
Thanks.
Well,
Is that also where it cut to?
yeah,
Okay.
that's just gonna be a scar. All right, that was your turn. Now it is the hag's turn, and this time she can go. So let's see.
You feel like this whole fight's gonna go by before we get down there?
No. There's a lot going on.
I know there is. I'm just saying.
She steps over this way. She looks at Cal. She pulls aside her stringy hair so you can actually see her face. And for just a second, you swear it's your own face underneath this sort of like Spanish moss hanging hair. Except in that exact moment, suddenly the eyes just turn milky white and the face just starts to rot away, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade style. And freaks her out all while she's saying, Cal, Aaron, whatever you want to call yourself, phony, fraud, fake, liar. And you must make a wisdom saving throw.
She gonna steal my body.
Uh-huh.
That's a nat 1.
No, that's a
Okay.
7.
No, that's a 7. That's a 1.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So actually, that was her terrifying appearance, which is not even an action. You are frightened for 1 minute.
10 rounds.
Yep, 10 rounds. So basically, you have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of your fear is within line of sight, and you can't movingly move closer to the source of your fear. But other than that, you can still act. But that just scared the shit out of you. And now it's time for her to actually do something. So she goes over there, and now she's actually just going to use her agonizing glare. I need you to make a second wisdom saving throw.
At disadvantage.
That doesn't.
Sorry.
I'm terrified.
No, actually, saving throws are not affected by the fright.
Oh, the ability rolls.
Just
attack checks.
just ability checks, which includes skill rolls and attack rolls.
11.
Oh, so close. All you needed was a 12. Ouch.
Aw.
All right. Well,
Rough.
this is going to hurt you a lot more than it's going to hurt me. You take 12 points of psychic damage as she she basically, this all happens all as one thing.
Yeah.
She does the thing, she scares you, and you are just mentally damaged by what she just did. Felix, it's your turn. You got a pig in your face.
I don't know, I want to fight the pig.
You know the pig's just gonna keep coming after you, though.
Maybe.
Sure, maybe.
Don't really want to leave you in the tree, but
That's true. You don't.
You also haven't shot anything recently. A little worried.
You need an attack of opportunity related to scroll.
Running position. Like he can keep following y'all. I don't know anything but Alright, I just double moved.
Okay. Board takes an attack of opportunity against you.
Mhm.
Actually, roll's not bad for once. 15 plus a so modified 20 to hit.
Nope.
Well, shit. All right. So
He never actually stopped moving, so he still
Yep.
has his evasive.
he's still feet
So
apart.
it's over. So that's not
Nice. All right.
Shows you a bonus.
All right. So the boar, as you burned its reaction, there is no giant lizard, so you did your double dash. Any bonus action or anything else you can do, or is that it?
No, I'm good.
Okay. All right. The flame skull has lowered itself to fight you, Mirror Adventures. Well, that wouldn't do any good. All right, it spins over to where Aleeriana is. Its eyes brighten and it shoots out a fire ray.
Like actual fire?
Yeah. And it rolls a 14 to hit.
I mean, it's gonna hit me, but I have resistance to fire.
Well, that means you'll take half, which is good because you do not want any of this.
Yeah, I know that.
All right, so you take 10 points reduced to 5 fire damage.
I'm gonna take half, so take 13 damage.
Because math. It still maintains its position hovering on the altar. All right. Caity, can you make me a death saving throw, please? As you're hanging in a tree. Failed. That's one failure, one success. All right. Mr. Cal, it is your go.
But he's frightened.
You're frightened.
I can't move towards her, right?
You can't move towards her, but you can otherwise. You're otherwise unrestricted in movement and actions. And you can still act against the creature you're frightened of, and you just can't get any closer to her.
Alright, I'm going
This
to.
would be good to have some, like, if I had already had my non-copyright infringing epic battle music playing in the background.
I'm gonna
Sell this.
vicious mockery to Hag.
All right. You stupid hag.
It must succeed on a wisdom saving throw.
All right.
Nice nose.
That's going to be.
Yeah, I'm not kidding. Like, your nose looks great now. Glad that Aleeriana was able to help you with that.
And this is vicious mockery.
Yes.
That'll be a 9 for her.
3 points of damage.
Okay.
She gets a disadvantage on her next roll.
Okay. She's gonna suck this one up and not burn one of her legendary resistances.
And I'm gonna move behind the tree.
Okay.
Does that break line of sight? Does that matter?
Yeah, you can. I mean, yeah, you can get. So, at the moment, the way that'll work is that as long as you're not able to directly see her, that will cancel out the effects of the fright. Or it will last. The fright's still on, so the moment you can see her again, it'll kick back in.
Yeah.
However, at the end of your turn, I do believe you may repeat your saving throw to see if you can break the fright. So go ahead and make another wisdom save.
4.
Nope.
You were still scared of her. Imagine that. All right, now we've got the half ogres.
Only half of those.
All right, this one looks up and actually sees that you're just sort of hanging there. So he sees Lizard is dead. That's not good. Yeah. And it's going to try to club Cal. This one. Outside there. And wants to take a shot at Felix.
So as I'm positioning myself with the rest of the team, I see that this one mirror is cracked,
Yes,
but the other people came back and none of the other mirrors cracked.
correct.
And this guy is clearly going around them. Does that mean we want to keep him perhaps?
Something tells me it's gonna suck no matter where we are.
All right, well, that's a 16, which is not good enough to hit you in your armor. The other one goes after Cal, and is also not awesome. That's a 14.
I'm a 13, so.
Okay, that one connects. So that's going to be 7 points of bludgeoning damage as a club slams into you. The boar is not currently being given direct command. And nope, he just goes over to some baser instincts.
Starts foraging.
He
Mushrooms. Love
Yeah.
mushrooms.
starts running over and digs his tusk into the dead lizard and just starts.
Well, there you go.
All right. Alex, call high or low?
Low.
All right, roll initiative for me. Poor Liz, last one to
I
drop
mean,
in.
17.
I don't even know. Like,
What?
17.
17? Nice.
I think he's been rolling for who gets.
I know, yeah. I'm not worried about it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to.
I've been randomly determining who pops up next every time. Liz was the unlucky.
It's okay. It was
Last
gonna happen
guess.
to somebody, so it's cool.
All right,
I'm
so you've done a
squishy
17.
anyway, so-
We're on round 6. It is Aleeriana at the top of the round.
Alright, if I moved, will I give the ogre a chance to hit me?
If you move a step away from him, yes.
Is he?
Like, he's not like
He's not really
in the
within.
square.
Well,
Is his? Yeah, he's not in attacking range.
well, he was supposed to. Well, no, he wasn't. If he's not threatening
I
you,
just think
he doesn't
Yeah,
have
that was
reach.
adjacent to me because
Yeah.
he hit me or tried to hit me.
Yeah, he is, if he doesn't have
Whatever
reach
square
and
that
he's
is.
not right next to you, then no. He's big. Enough space. There we go.
I'm gonna use Scorching Ray on the skull.
Nice.
Pretty tall.
Fight fire with fire. I like it.
Did you use all your speed?
On the,
Move.
yep.
Alright, you're burning one of your 2 spell slots of the day.
Yes. Okay. 19.
That is more than good enough to hit that thing.
Four damage.
So what did it have extra?
Yeah. Yeah, because I have a spell slot.
Yeah, and automatically cast as a 2nd level spell, which it is a 2nd level spell, so.
Just 2
4,
No,
okay.
just spell casting.
Hmm?
Damage,
No, just 2d6 fire damage. Yeah.
Okay. Got it. Alright. Well, you smolder a little smoking black hole in the side of its skull. It opens its mouth and the orange lights in its eyes flare a little bit. And then let's see. Who is inside the circle?
No one.
Yeah,
Just
no-
the hag.
just
and
the-
skull
just Carver.
And Carver's
And Carver's body.
lifeless.
Or statue.
His husk
Got it.
is there.
Okay. In that case. She looks over at you, Aleeriana.
That's why I asked you to speak.
Yeah, I can move to the dark range now.
So she peels back the creepy hair and then she just smiles impossibly wide with rotting yellow teeth. And she says, "There's no reason we should be fighting each other. We're on the same side." And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
15.
That's what you needed. Well, shit. Alright, well. That didn't happen. So she was trying to charm you.
Yeah, way to go, Karlee.
I don't know if one of her.
Catch out for yellow keepers.
I don't work with people who look like you.
So she takes one step back, takes a look down at the lifeless hunk of metal just laying on the ground, and then that's it for her at the moment.
She's gonna possess the armor!
Alright, Felix.
He's fucked.
Yeah,
Round.
ready reroll. It's a dream.
Alright, let's entertain this troll for a little bit. Not like that. That's a 12. Hit the half over.
Let me double check. Oh, yeah, their armor class sucks. That will hit.
Oh, okay. Nice. Alright. That's 8 damage
Okay,
onto the half over.
got it. Slice into him.
And that'll be it.
Okay.
I don't even think I want to move at this point.
He's no giant lizard anymore. However, Alex, place your character in front of one of the mirrors, please.
Right in front of Mitch.
Sorry.
Or right behind the skull.
There you go.
All right, make a acrobatics check for me, please.
20.
Yeah, you land on your feet.
Hell yeah.
He just got blessed back to awesomeness.
Yeah, right? Like, bitch is ready to go.
And you would normally take just 1 point of bludgeoning damage from falling. Do you have a slow fall or something to mitigate that as part of your monk stuff? I can't-
Probably not.
I know that's one of the things you can have
Yeah, I
at
know.
some point, but okay. So you take 1 point of bludgeoning damage, but other than that, you're on your feet, and you can act normally. You can look around, and suddenly you're back in this spot again, and there are monsters and a hag, and you see Carver is face down in the mud.
I do see that, and he's gonna have to take one for the team. I'm gonna use my breath
Okay.
and go for the hag and the skull.
Nice. All right, so I like it. So
That's a Constitution save.
Constitution save
Size
for
cone?
both. Okay.
Everything that's.
It's a
facing, you're gonna have to
15-foot
sacrifice.
cone, like
Yeah.
it's.
Okay, so inside the circle.
So you-
I just was curious who would hit Felix in the over, not far enough.
That's why I put myself where I was.
It hits the mirror and doubles back and hits the hag twice.
Double strike.
That's a net 7, so that's going to be a 13 for her.
DC's 14.
Okay, so she fails, and the skull succeeds. Okay, so it takes half.
7, so I don't know how you want to split that for. I don't know how you want to say that for the skull, but
Yeah, hope that means he takes 3.
okay.
Alright, skull takes a little bit of cold damage, and then she takes a little bit more. She does not.
He's
burn
not
one of
weak
her-
to cold, right? Okay.
Don't believe so.
I saw the fire and was like, maybe.
Oh. Actually, he takes no damage at all.
Good.
He also took no damage from your spell earlier. Sorry, Karlee. I'm juggling way too many creatures over here. He is immune to cold, fire, and poison.
Fabulous.
Arthur?
No.
No, the
The
skull.
skull. So it hasn't taken any damage at all. 0.
Should hit the 30.
Right, however, she did take damage. And she chooses not to burn a legendary resistance just for that damage. So she takes a little bit of chill. Is there anything else you want to do?
I guess I don't really have sight on that.
Since you're right there in the middle next to her, and you actually faced her to blast your frost, make a
She's staring at Aleeriana, though. Does she turn around when he lands?
well, I mean, actually, at this point, I'm more like worried about what he's seeing.
Well, Sam, and he was, or she was looking at Carver, wasn't
Make
she?
a perception check real quick.
She didn't turn to look at Carver. That's right. So she's looking the other way.
My natural's better, so 11.
Okay. You don't notice something that you might have otherwise, but other than that, it may not have meant anything, but it was just a detail that might have been notable. All right. So anything else you want to do in your turn? Is that it?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna stay in there.
Okay. You're good. All right. Flame skull. All right. The flame skull. What's the range on that guy? Suddenly, one of the little balls of light just shoots out and suddenly manifests as a ball of fire just on the ground.
It has one eye.
It doesn't do any damage to you at the moment. You can feel heat on your back. All right, Caity, I need you to make a death save. Uh-oh, that's not good. So let's try not to do that again. Cal.
For next time.
Cool. I'm gonna cast a level 2 Dissonant Whispers on this ogre.
Okay.
Wisdom saving throw.
Natural 3, totally failed. Because that would be, yeah, modified to a 2.
That was really unfortunate.
10 damage.
Alright.
And he has to haul ass away from me.
Alright, he has a 30-foot move.
You get an attack of opportunity as he's moving away as well, since he has to move out of your range.
Yeah.
With your sword.
I don't know if I know I get.
It's a, I mean, everybody can take a, if they want to, if you want to use your reaction, to take a,
Must immediately use its reaction if available to move as far as it's
yeah,
able.
and it has its reaction still, hasn't used it yet, so. But you also have your reaction available to you to take an opportunity attack if you so choose. Take a little, well, not a
No,
crossbow,
just,
but
yeah, so you
stab.
swing a sword, because as soon as it leaves melee.
Yeah, you know what? As it turns around to go, yeah, I'm gonna make a swing on it.
He wants to stab it in the butt. That's what he
Of
wants to
course.
do.
And it's got a sizable butt to stab.
It's true.
In the booty.
11.
11, not quite good enough.
Can I swing with my offhand as well?
No.
Okay.
You only get the one attack, but it runs away.
Bye.
Alright. You want to use movement?
I would use your movement to get out of the way.
You good there?
Yeah, because I can't move any closer to her, right?
Correct.
And then I get to roll to break the.
Yes, at the end of your turn, you can roll another wisdom save.
Oh my god, I rolled it! It's not nat 20, but it's modified 20.
That's good enough. You shake off the fear. So that's good. All right. Next up, we have some half ogres. One of them is still in combat with Felix. Swings a club and misses once again. You're able to use
He's
your
trying really hard.
stupid high armor class as you're dancing around and using your fancy warrior techniques. And the other one is going to go back to fight Cal. However, now that you've moved, it may be a little bit too far for it to get to.
How many?
He gets 6 squares and can still do something. So he runs over there. He see if he can find a rock that's too long. All right, he looks down, tries to find a rock to throw, and does not. Meanwhile, the boar continues eating the lizard.
They should eat that thing longer.
All right, top of the round. Liz, do you want to roll initiative for me and
Sure, why not?
join the fray?
Come on in.
Maybe eventually. Good Christ. 5. Even with fucking
With advantage.
With advantage, 5. Jesus.
All right,
Alright, so at the bottom of the round I'll go. Cool.
we'll get to you. However, at the top of round 7, we have Aleeriana. Yeah, you saw that your flame on the skull had no effect.
Yeah, so I'm gonna not even
She's not gonna answer you.
worry about this at all right now.
Yeah, but there's no getting over. There's no getting over.
I mean, I was
And
there.
a psychic recall will take my whole action.
Can I enthrall her?
I could die before we.
You could try.
No, no.
If I
Yeah, I was
roll
gonna say,
high,
if
it'll
she-
make it.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm gonna
Because I
roll
could
with
control
no.
her.
Well, enthrall doesn't make them. Basically, it makes.
Yeah, no, she's dead.
Enthrall just messes with people's ability with them. It's not like a full-on charm, but it basically is good for gaining somebody's attention. More like when people
Right.
trying to get them to not pay
I mean, it's
attention to your
dead,
friends
but
and just
you
have
haven't
them
seen any arrows.
obsessed with you.
Anyway.
I'm also being chased.
I'll
by a troll
just
and
blast her
halfling and-
again.
All right, Eldritch Blast. All right.
No! I do nothing. It's a 1.
All right.
Problem is-
From where you are, show me what like would be a straight line from where you're standing, like blasting
her?
toward her. Yeah.
Better than a straight line.
Let me see.
So the skull would be behind her.
Yeah. No, it's not.
All right, I need you to make me a straight D20 roll. Just tell me what you roll.
A 4.
4. Okay. It does not go toward the skull. However, it does blast the mirror behind. Go ahead and roll your force damage on the mirror, please.
10.
10. The mirror shatters.
Busticated.
Can you? Well, it's still there, but it has a
Oh.
giant crack in it.
Okay, well, you said shatters.
Sorry, I
so-
didn't. Yeah, I did. Shatters means a million pieces, but it's actually a giant crack appears in the mirror. So, mirror does, and then suddenly you see the hag just rears back and shrieks in pain. Carlee, I need you to roll 2d10.
Seven.
7, okay. She shrieks in pain. Who is within 15 feet of
I
her?
think just me.
Alex and
Me?
No, I don't think you are.
I'm 15 away from her. Because 5, 10,
You're like
I'm-
a weird,
I'm
you're like a weird
15.
spot. You're like, what are you like right here,
15.
right?
5, 10, 15.
I'm definitely 15 this way, 3
Yeah.
squares over.
Yeah, if you're within 3 squares in any direction, then yeah, you're within range of this. So she gives off this shriek of absolute pain, and I need everyone within that range to make a Constitution saving throw.
The ogre
Including
rolling
your
as
ogre?
well.
Yes, actually, is that the ogre and the
burn them. Just set them on fire,
Skull.
Carly.
and the skull technically both count 2.
15.
I thought you-
Well, the ogre and the skull both failed.
I failed.
All right.
I'm good.
You're good. You'll be fine. You got
All
a
right.
roll.
So, Felix, you take 4
Oh, I know.
points of thunder damage. Carlee, you said Aleeriana failed. So that's 8 points of thunder damage, and you are pushed 10 feet directly away from where the hag is. The skull is knocked off of its perch. I mean, it's not really knocked off, it's floating in the air, but it goes 10 feet in the opposite direction and is also damaged. And the ogre also is pushed away and takes some damage.
I got a 14.
You failed as well, so you take 8 points and are pushed away. It was a 15 DC save. Alright, well that sucked for that ogre. However, she shrieked in pain, and that was not, even though it hurt you guys, you also saw that damaging the mirror damaged her.
Can we yell that out?
Yeah. That was on your turn, so you can use your, just kind of as a free action, you can just say, that hurt her when it broke the mirror, whatever you want to say.
Yeah, that just shout it to everybody. Or like, actually I would just say, attack the mirrors.
Okay.
And then wait, I didn't. Okay, never mind. I didn't move my turn.
What? Did you want to move?
I did.
Okay, you can still move.
Okay.
You're still your turn until.
You broke it, it shattered, she
Okay,
knocked you
okay.
back,
Yeah,
now
and
you
then
can
you
move.
still have your move.
Do we hit them from behind? Or something?
What?
Can we hit the mirrors from behind?
Yeah, they're the same either way. Alright, the hag whirls and steps in between.
About to get charmed.
First thing she does, and which is just a thing she does just by being close to you, she peels back, her gross hair shows her face and just goes, and just tries to scare you. Roll a wisdom saving throw, please.
No, or 10.
Oh, well, that's not good.
Yep.
Alright, you are frightened for 1 minute.
Okay.
So that basically
Mhm.
disadvantage on
Disadvantage on
attacks and
attack and
ability
skill.
checks.
Yep.
You can't move willingly closer, but she's right there in range of you. She whacks you with her staff, or at least attempts to, and rolls a natural 1.
Woo!
Tell me she broke the mirror. Tell me she broke the mirror.
Luckily, she very well succeeded on her save, so nothing worse happens other than just an embarrassingly bad thing. I mean,
Too much hair in her face. Can't see.
that wasn't very scary. But she can also use her agonizing glare on you as part of her thing, so make another wisdom save for me.
Fail.
Alright, you're going to take some psychic damage. Alright, that'll be 9 points of psychic damage.
I don't even remember who all
Alright.
had the healing potions. I know you have one. I think she had the other.
Alright, Felix.
Alright, so what's this thing behind me? Just this hot fire, portable fire?
Yeah, now that's a thing to remember.
Portable
Any
bonfire?
creature that ends its turn within 5 feet of the sphere, it might take damage. So if you get out of the way, you're not going to get hurt at all. But you can feel the heat just on your back, and if you stick around, you know you're going to get burned.
Okay. Attacking the mirror right in front of me.
Would appreciate it if you didn't do that again, please. Like when you hit the mirror, it does a scream. I'm gonna take more damage. So like we can do the but.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
You fumbled your attack on the mirror.
On the mirror.
Roll a dexterity saving throw, please.
He staggers over
20.
Okay, nothing. You just flub that swing toward the mirror, distracted by the enemy in your face, and you're not able to get your attack in. So the mirror is undamaged. Anything else you want to do in terms of bonus actions, movement?
Yeah, I think we're gonna move away from the fire. So we find out if it. Okay.
Okay. You're no longer threatened by the fire.
Do the same thing with her.
Do what?
Do you want to say anything about her? I mean, I'm within shouting distance of you now. I'm
Oh,
close to the tree.
Yeah, I don't remember who has the healing potions, but I guess I should announce that I haven't seen an arrow come out of the tree for a little bit, and Genevieve was up there. All the monsters moved away, so.
All right, Alex. Now you can't move. You can't move closer to her, but nothing's stopping you from attacking her if she's already there.
I'm not interested in attacking her. It just doesn't seem like that's a good plan. So
Okay.
I'm gonna try to grapple and throw her out of the ring.
Nice. Just trying to grab a hold of her.
Yep.
Okay. Go for it.
11.
And I don't know what like the modifier would be.
This
for
is
that.
trying to grab her would be the same as your unarmed strike.
So plus 6.
Yeah.
So 17.
You got a hold of her.
And then whatever.
All right. So this will be an opposed athletics check to try to do it. Now she's not super strong, but she is.
I got a 25.
Nice. Well, that is. She got a 14.
Suplex!
So yeah, you may toss her. I mean, she is not heavy. She is a
I didn't
dry
even know if
bag of bones.
I didn't know if I was gonna be able to even
So, like,
like
work her
touch
neck?
her. So I yeah.
Hey man, good call. Like,
She's scary and powerful in a lot of ways, but she's also basically the equivalent of a 90-pound old lady. you know?
yeah. Mhm.
So where are you tossing her?
I mean, just I guess as far out of the circle as I can, just like behind me, literally just like.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll say since she's so light and you got a good roll, roll a d4 plus your strength bonus, and that'll be how many squares behind you can toss her.
Hit the tree! Hit the tree!
Nice.
That's 7.
Nice. Very well done.
So 7 behind him.
And she will be prone.
1, 2.
Nice.
Awesome.
Did she take any damage from hitting the ground?
She broke her neck!
Oh, don't!
She broke her hip!
How's that falling
I
in
just
again?
in my head, like I have like
Yeah,
this,
right?
this scared version of me, just like ah. Like this.
Oh, never mind.
All right. She takes a little bit of bludgeoning damage from hitting the ground.
A little bit.
You
You
get
like
those.
tossed her every
I have bonus actions. I don't know what I would get as a bonus action for that. but-
Break a
No,
mirror.
bring him here. She's far enough away now.
Oh yeah, I guess I got an unarmed strike. Well, I guess if I'm using it, I don't know. Okay, so
You could use your bonus one arm strike because
Yeah.
that technically was your first unarmed strike when
so
you
I guess,
grabbed her.
yeah, I'll just
I'll let,
turn
it,
around and like.
I'll let it happen.
Okay, I'll just turn around. I guess I'll punch. Yeah, the one that's closest to Aleeriana.
Okay, roll it.
So
Oh, I thought he was gonna hit the hag. She's flying through the
12.
Okay, that is successful enough to hit a mirror. And now
Is she
go,
gonna scream from the ground?
go ahead and roll.
D4. 7.
That is all. Yeah, that's plenty enough to break the mirror. So we have another broken mirror.
Corey, you were just getting me. You're just like, I'm breaking this shit already.
Done.
Corey loves his job. Damn it. All right, now since you did that, please roll me 2d10 damage on her that she takes when you break a mirror.
You do have to
That
test
pen's in here.
these.
Yeah, you're like, I don't ever use T10.
Yeah, I know. I'm sitting here like,
What the hell are these things?
8.
Nice. Okay. She gives off her agonizing shriek. How luckily for you guys, all of you are out of range, thanks to her being tossed out of there.
That's awesome, by the way.
I didn't.
Like,
Well, that's.
brilliant.
I wasn't sure if she was even going to be corporeal. So like,
Yeah. Oh no, fair enough, man.
I just wanted to try.
Do it.
Well,
Amazing.
she is corporeal, and that sucked.
For her, it was awesome for us.
Yeah, right? We had a great old time with that.
It's the Flame Skull's turn. You see that it's been, after it got pushed off of its altar perch, its like flame eyes go sort of white and wide, or at least the flame part goes wide, and it seems to be highly distressed. Let's see.
My spot. Someone's in my spot.
All right, it takes some damage that you're not aware of how much, and it just darts and uses its turn to get back up where it's supposed to be.
Hmm.
Went back to his home.
All right.
Just pick it up and throw it out.
That was the round.
You just need
I can't believe that
next turn.
works.
You just need next turn to go in and throw
Just
the
throwing old ladies
All
around.
right, Katie.
throw the skull out.
All right, Katie.
Please don't fuck this up.
Come on, come on. Oh my god, it bounced backwards.
Yes, that was.
It bounced backwards.
All right. Nevi slumps forward. No, don't rip it.
No.
Just keep it for a while, how it she is, but for the moment, you did.
Oh no.
So you just slump at this point, completely lifeless as you give out a breath.
Sad face.
Okay. Cal.
So he yelled out that she was in a tree,
Mm-hmm.
and I probably just like saw it kind of happen where she kind of slumped forward or whatever. Can I try casting a healing spell on her? Sure.
AKA.
You don't know her. You don't know her exact condition, and if you can see her from here.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna burn a bonus action on my healing spell. My healing word on her. And that is 7. We'll see what happens.
All right.
And then I guess before I even really anything else changes.
Really an opportune time for you to not be a cleric anymore.
Nobody. The problem is nobody knew.
Yeah.
No,
because
well,
that
that's
would-
the thing. It's just, yeah.
Cause you're all probably
You-
be like, why did you heal people?
Well,
Well,
I don't do
I
that
don't do it
anymore.
anymore.
I just
Something.
know
Pretty sure I have it
one
done
of your. I
before
just
this
no.
point.
I just know I saw one of your spells and it was like, raises someone from, or like back to 1 health from a dead. And I was like,
I'm gonna throw a dagger at this mirror.
Okay. Roll it.
I'm pretty sure I can see my eyes are pitching.
18.
That's a hit.
5 damage.
That's enough. Shatter another mirror. Well, not shatter. Break. I still want them on the board, damn it.
Crack?
Stop using that word. You crack. It is distressed. So, Katie, because Corey did that, I mean, literally just the instant you were failing your save, you're not going to actually get any healing, but I'm going to give you 2 of your death saves back. As just as you're giving it your last breath, Cal throws some healing magic your way. And you still and you're still just slumped over, half dead, but you're still barely hanging on.
Okay.
All right.
Back to 50-50 chance.
55, 45.
Hey, Liz.
Can I do something now?
You can put yourself in front of one of the non-cracked
Yes,
mirrors.
Yeah, put me in front of.
Oh my god, what if we had cracked all over?
That's a level for you. And she's stuck.
That had happened.
We just
I
see
would've
her
murdered somebody.
Which
one of the
Yes,
hit
you're
the
dragging
side.
now.
No, she just hits one of the sides like.
The one over here towards Karlee. Yeah, like no, that one. Yeah, that's fine.
All right, make a acrobatics check, please.
Don't fall into this.
Thanks.
I mean, it's only 1 damage. But
I mean, my acrobatics is shit, so it's fine.
It's only 1 damage.
19?
That'll do it. So you land on your feet, but you take 1 point of.
You need to have time to like
Bludgeoning
correct
damage.
yourself.
I have a long time to correct myself. Okay.
You've been choosing your superhero landing pose for like the last 10
Superhero
minutes.
landing! Superhero landing! Ooh. Okay.
All right, so you find yourself on the scene.
I have no idea
You
what's
look
going
around
on.
and all hell's breaking loose. There's an old lady laying on the ground in her face.
Just imagine that scene from Community when
And
Troy
then-
comes back into the room.
Mr. E
That's-
is sitting face
that's-
first.
Yeah, he just like slumped down,
Um,
completely motionless.
Well, first I'm going to use my bonus action to use precognitive punch. Yep, so there's that. Precog punch.
Thank you for that.
Sound effects. I
Um,
love them.
I don't think any of my psychic stuff is. I don't know about the mirrors, so I'm not gonna worry about the mirrors. Y'all messed up what I was gonna do. I had it planned.
Were you gonna just bounce a shot between all the mirrors?
No. I meant she's out. She's like way out there.
Carly's
Carly's like, oh, the
It's like-
fuck.
Like,
Bing, 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 bing.
I am going to go ahead and just. We are gonna take. I'm gonna go ahead and use my movement. I see you looking all weird, like the fuck is happening? I'm gonna come out here. Old lady on the ground. Did she take her duty 10 when he broke the? Okay.
Oh wait, no. When I broke
The
the mold
mirror.
of the dagger.
Oh no, yeah. You need to roll the. Sorry. Thank you for reminding me.
She
There's-
knows what that
So
looks
There's,
like.
there's a lot going on, so yeah, go ahead. Thank you. Go ahead and roll the 2d10 damage on her.
5.
And then I'm
5
gonna-
on the 2d10. That could have been better.
Yeah, for real. The 4 and a 1.
She shrieks
She-
and
yeah,
rides
she-
around.
Oh. Wow. Jesus. I am going to use. I thought that was the one that knocked it backwards, but apparently not. So we're gonna psionic blast the lady on the floor.
You saw the Hag of the Mirror. You know that that's.
I know she's back. Yeah, I don't
Break
know
her
what anything
skull.
else is going
Break
on.
her skull.
So we're gonna go ahead and be like, no. I'm actually gonna use 3 points for it.
Damn.
Well, she's not fucking around. She's been falling for 30 minutes. So 3d8, she can't fight it.
That's for me.
She can't use her.
Like it's
No,
Special
there's no
engineering.
save. That's why. I
Yeah,
used
there is no saving throw, so she can't.
12 points of damage, though. I mean, it could be. Hey, we've all been rolling shit. You can laugh all you
Very
want, but at least I got an
good.
8.
Our dice are not liking it.
So yeah, you have rolled better damage in the past than this.
I have, but I'm gonna take what I got. So another 12 points of damage to
I
her.
like how Katie's like over there apparently like rolling up a new character.
Oh, she's rolling her new character already.
You're gonna be
You
fine.
might just preemptively.
Mm.
Alright, well then I know I'm doing my job keeping the situation tense.
Yes.
Alright.
I'm done.
Alright, responding to the screams of its mistress. This ogre runs this way to try to help, but he can't get there. The other one is still in combat with Felix.
He's like.
He's gonna like lift her up and like walk away. King Kong style.
I know.
Alright. Other one, nat 5, so that's totally not going to work. Felix, you continue to dance around this thing's clumsy, oafish strikes.
It's amazing.
And the
Felix,
boar,
the man who can't be hit.
no one's given another command.
Well, I guess one's supposed to like that.
Yeah, that one's too busy fighting you and not giving the boar any command, so it continues just to eat the lizard and doesn't give a shit about any of you people. And we're at the top of the round. There's nobody else flying in from other dimensions. It is Carlee's turn.
Can I hit?
Can you hit?
Mini mirrors.
If I use Scorching Ray, which I'm gonna burn another one of my things, if I use it, I can create 3 rays. Can I hit the last? Actually, not the last, but like these 2 mirrors right here.
Yeah.
What, you just put like a little glass mirror in front of your hand so it diffracts?
No, I can create 3.
It's all in the wrist, you just gotta.
Oh, yeah, she can create
Right,
She
3.
already does it.
No, I'm just
Okay.
like.
It's like it's a
Carlee,
Pink Floyd coverall, right?
Carlee.
So that's Scorching Ray number 1. It's your spell attack bonus.
9 plus 6.
All right, that hits.
Are we doing them all separate?
Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah.
25. 19.
All 3 of them.
All right.
Roll your
2d6. Is that per hit?
Very good.
Ah. 2.
2?
Okay, that's fine. I assume that's that.
You chipped the mirror.
Scorching Ray is what, light damage?
Fire.
10. 2. Or sorry, 10.
10.
So 2, 10,
Okay.
and 8.
All right. The ones that took more than for the 5 or more points of damage are correct.
Roll 40 10.
Yep, 40, 10.
Yeah, I dropped it.
Try to not roll.
D10s
ones.
I have.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so 7, 16.
We get these insane like number of dice and it's just like 2.
Right. Right.
2, 3. You know how it goes. All right.
2 mirrors.
The dice are upset.
Any other bonus actions, movement? What do you wanna do? You've now used all 2 of your spell slots for the day.
Because I don't know, is the swarms a bonus or is it an action?
That's an action. So.
So no. I'm just gonna move.
Okay.
I guess I can see that one.
Alright. Alright, Aqaba, the hag, burns half of her movement to get up on her feet. And, actually, she was before your last turn when you did it. Go ahead and I never had you roll last time, but roll a wisdom save with advantage to shake off the fear. And I'm giving you advantage because you threw her like a rag doll, and that makes her inherently
You're
less
like,
scary.
Not scary at all.
Wow, I got a 7 from both, so 8.
All right, you're still scared of her.
That's why you
threw her
hurled
away.
her. Yeah.
Get her away!
However, after the way that went, she only has 15 feet of movement left. She's going to kind of go diagonal toward the mirrors. You know, she could try to get back inside the circle of mirrors, but go around the monk who tossed her. And then from here, she can't do that. She can't do that.
Heck, she's got less HP.
Yeah, taking her outside of the mirrors sucks for her. However,
I like her
she
horcrux.
can do this. She still has spells. So she grits her teeth, spits on the ground, and points a bony finger at the monk. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
11.
Alright, you're gonna take 12 points lightning damage as just a fork of lightning shoots from her finger and hits you in the back. That's it for her for the moment. Felix. You're still fighting the clumsy ogre.
Yeah, he's not doing very much though. You use the reaction in your turn. Can we commander strike Farih so that he can take his attack on the extra mirror or on what he ever chooses, but I hope it's the extra mirror, and you get +8.
Nice.
So,
Beast.
do I just need to,
You don't have to move. You can make ranged attacks, so you do the rest of it.
I have 1 dagger left, so let's hit the 6.
You're +8 to that, right?
So +8, right?
Yeah, correct. Oh, added to the damage roll, not the hit.
Not the hit.
So we want the one.
It's 2. Yeah, it's just these 2 that are left.
More likely to hit the one closer to Felix. It's a lot of stuff on the field on that one.
Yeah, let's just swing for that one.
Okay.
Throw for that one.
Nice.
That rollback was
I know that rollback saved your life.
21.
Alright, so you hurl a knife.
So it's +8. 11 on the mirror.
So you automatically, you break the mirror.
Another 2d10 to the witch.
Well, second wind.
9. What's the
9. Alright.
We cannot roll to save our damn lives.
She once again gives off her shriek, but luckily there's nobody within range to be affected by that. She is taking some damage, that's for sure. Just so you know, yeah, you guys have done the better part of 100 points of damage on her.
And not nearly enough, apparently.
She's a wuss.
Uh-huh.
So there's gotta be some.
Alright, so that was Felix with the commander's strike.
And I second winded.
Yeah, so you give yourself some hit points.
Mm-hmm.
And alright, that's it. It is Monk's turn.
I'm gonna spend a key point for Step of the Wind,
Okay.
and I'm gonna take the dash action as my. I'm gonna move behind the monk, or sorry, behind the half orc that's that's attacking Felix.
So you flank.
Yeah, I have plenty. Yes, I have 20 extra.
Yeah, with his fast monk dash, he's just like
And then
runs behind him like grease lightning. You're now
How far
flanking.
would speed
And then
go?
I'm gonna just unarmed strike the. I'm gonna use another key point for flurry of blows.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna.
So that means, so yeah, and I was checking, like, just so you know, the way that works, you get your primary strike and then flurry of blows. Instead of getting 1 bonus strike, you get 2, so it'll be 3 total.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. I noticed that you were giving yourself like an extra attack.
Well, it's because flurry of blows is a spend a key point, but then when I use the attack action, I gain an unarmed strike. I gain
like
as a
like
bonus action.
normally, so it's like it replaces the other one. So like normally you'd only get 1. Flurry of blows makes it 2.
Seems lame. Okay.
It's still an extra attack, which
Well,
is
no,
actually a
for
pretty
sure,
big
but,
deal.
But
yeah, I know,
The
and-
arm strikes don't do as much, so it's the 4 was kind of like nice, but.
So
All right.
it basically
No,
means you
that's-
get, if you use it, you get 3 unarmed strikes
Right, so
around,
you just
even at
basically
3rd
get an
level.
Extra one.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, that's it. 12 well, that's for the original.
Okay. Now your advantage on all of these
True.
because
Oh,
you're
So
flanking.
you get to roll that one.
Just roll 2.
And here's the good news:
12.
is 12 is what you need.
Okay.
These guys are wearing hide armor and they're big, beefy targets.
Oh, that was a 4.
Yeah, no,
Just sliding that
I'm gonna
way.
keep it. So just- okay, that one. So it's 8, and then I'll spend the key point to do the flare on those.
Yep, you got your, so you get 2 additional attacks.
Yep.
Once again, with advantage, trying to hit AC 12.
21,
Definitely hit.
12 again.
Also a hit. So 3 hits.
Oh wait, what am I doing? What am I rolling D6? Let's see. 7 and another 8 for a total of 23.
23 points of damage.
Nice.
That ruins his whole day.
Sorry.
So that guy's down.
Freaking orc.
Down.
Kung fu to death. Just take him off the board. Yeah, he is toast. Alright, so it's 1 enemy down. That's the second thing you dropped this entire fight. Sorry, so that was your move, that was your bonus, that was your everything.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah. I wanted to get away from her, and I wanted to kill something.
Yeah, I mean, all seems really reasonable. You accomplished that, buddy.
Oh, you should be able to roll to break your terror too.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, thanks for the reminder. You can make a wisdom save.
13.
That is what you needed, a 12 or better. So you are,
No longer afraid.
you're no longer afraid. That was a good round for you.
Yeah.
It's a really good round for you.
Alright, so let's see, Mr. Flame Skull here. Actions, however, we have this target right here. I believe that you,
Yeah.
Liz? Okay.
Yeah, that's me.
I'm gonna shoot a firebolt at you.
Firebolt, okay. Any saves?
It's just an attack.
Okay.
It's actually a fire ray, rather. So it's just a beam of fire energy comes out.
Okay.
It's going to be a whopping 11.
It misses.
That sucks, but okay.
I would have taken
Um,
half damage anyway.
And yeah.
Resistance to fire.
Boo. All right. Well, that was it. Burned its action. Oh, I actually can do that twice. Sorry, actually.
Do it again.
This time, it's almost certainly going to hit. That'd be a modified 20.
Yep.
And this time, you're going to take 8 points, reduced to 4.
Okay.
You tieflings and your flame resistance.
Nah. That's okay. We're gonna die.
Katie.
There's still plenty of room to die here.
Can you go to give me a death saving
Come on.
throw?
You got this, babe. You got this.
I know, this sucks that you've just been
Katie,
reduced to this for so much of
Katie.
the fight. Wow. You really want to roll up a new character, don't you?
I guess, apparently.
Here, try this one instead.
Our dice are not liking us today
No.
at all.
All right.
This one's shiny.
All right.
I can't promise it's any better.
With
but
that, Corey, it is Cal's turn.
I'm gonna throw another bonus action healing word at her.
Yeah. All right. Well, you can totally do that.
5 healing.
Katie, you have 5 hit points.
Woohoo!
Nevi is alive. You
You
suddenly
might
wake
still
up and you swear you were right there at the brink of death.
You saw some things.
I don't know, Katie. You might still want to hold on to this.
Your
one.
life was flashing before your eyes.
I at least tested that one.
Hmm.
I'm gonna swing on that mirror.
Do it. Do it.
6.
You can unarm it, or you can do your second attack, can't you?
Mm-hmm. I don't have any more daggers. I threw them both at the other mirrors.
Oh, I didn't know what your offhand was.
The daggers. And I had 2. And I did both. Unless the dagger is sitting like in this mirror and I can just pick it up and offhand attack with it.
How close are you to where
Like
they
right
have it?
there.
Yeah,
This is the mirror I broke with the dagger.
Oh, it is, yeah.
And this is the mirror I'm trying to hit.
All right.
The dagger's laying there.
All right. Roll. I'll let you roll a quick perception check to see if you can just in a split second find your dagger and
Nice.
pick it up.
22.
I'd say that's good enough. Yeah, you can find it and grab it.
I'm gonna pick it up and offhand attack.
I got it, guys!
I got it. Oh, shit.
I'm helping.
I'm
A
helping.
6.
And you stab yourself in this thigh. And no, just,
A 6.
well, you do not hit the mirror.
Would you have a dagger back?
This is ridiculous.
No, he threw it. He's like, ah!
No,
No, it's
no,
not.
No,
Oh,
I
I
thought you
swung
were
at
looking
it.
up.
You were
I
just
picked
a
it up
little
and-
flustered. You're trying to do too many things too fast. It happens.
You're not the monk.
All right.
I saw what he did. I can do the same
I
thing.
go really fast. You guys, and you're flailing all
How
over
old
the
are you
place.
again?
All right, Liz, it's Farih's turn.
I'm going through a lot right now.
Okay, so I'm also gonna go ahead and use my bonus action to.
I mean, you are confronting your dark master.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Like,
I mean,
and
to be
controlling you
fair.
for yours.
I don't know about the mirrors, so I'm not gonna attempt to do anything with the mirror.
Okay.
But I am going to bonus action and change my psychic focus to intellect fortress.
Nice.
Um,
You guard your brain.
You guard the brain, please. And then we are going to. I am going to do the same thing again. I'm going to do psionic blast ×3. I'm not screwing with that witch.
Damn.
I know she's fucked up. We're not messing with this.
I mean, you also missed like 8 rounds of combat. So.
I did. I got to make up for it.
We're actually on round 8 of this whole combat. Even though she's been
Come
around for
on.
a couple of rounds now.
Yes.
Alex, meanwhile, has retooled his whole
I
dice selection.
have to because it's just not. They're.
I feel you.
For fuck's sake! And Christ.
We need to boil our dice.
PG Minecraft stream. Come on, Liz.
No, my
Not on my
my
Christian
Minecraft
Minecraft.
server.
PG my ass.
See, I already said bitch already.
Yeah.
so-
I've been cursing up a storm since
I've
it
dropped the
started.
F-bomb at least 3 times.
If there's one thing we established very early on is we are not a G-rated stream. Just the number of sexual references in the very first session.
What are you talking about?
I try to avoid innuendo, you guys, but it's hard. It's so hard right now.
Is it really?
Yeah. Painfully hard. All right, how much damage did you do?
10. She did 10.
10. Okay.
Yeah, old, big, fat.
Hey, that's still
Sad
still
10.
some damage on a very
3d8?
dangerous creature.
That's bad.
That's what I'm saying. We've been consistently under the halfway mark on all of
Yeah.
these, like.
Every single one. She could be dead by
She
now.
could be dead if you
Yes.
if your dice didn't suck. All right.
Hashtag dice suck. That's the name of
That
this,
is seriously
section here.
Yeah.
Dice suck.
It would be fun if it was.
offline. Haha.
Yes.
What?
Michael keeps swearing that we are going
It goes
offline.
offline.
That's
I don't know if the Wi-Fi is kicking off or what, but it definitely boots it.
But then it comes back again. I saw the picture disappear and then reappear.
Look at the bottom left-hand side of the screen. Does it say? Timer.
If you wanna take it.
Oh my god, we got an hour left.
Yep.
Finish shit.
No, you guys keep going.
All right.
We've got one more mirror.
Speaking of which, so that was are you gonna do any movement, Liz, or are you staying where you are?
Huh?
No, I'll
Range
sit
of the time airline.
Okay.
Yeah. See,
No, I was just looking at
Yeah.
stat back to me.
for whatever reason it drops. It's the Wi-Fi. You may have to drop your kill bits, but that's fine. We'll probably leave.
I mean, we're hardwired in this damn thing. We didn't have this problem before. That's strange.
No, it's been doing that.
Well, I mean, this session.
No other sessions, but that's fine.
Oh, you just make him sad.
All right.
Now you're really gonna die. I'm just kidding. Damn it!
Clearly, I've been way too generous with Miss Caity. All right, we got a half ogre who is still alive, and he is going to continue to try to reach his mistress. So first, he's got a 6 square movement. So just try to get him there as fast as. How far away is he now?
No, 6.
Just imagining this dude just like
All right. I guess from where he's at, the best thing he's going to do, instead of going all the way to her, is he is going to. He's actually instead going to divert and step in between the guy outside the mirror and her.
Okay, so he's gonna go only 4 and then be between Cal and her.
Correct.
Okay.
A rudder.
Yep. And then he will take a swing at Kel.
So does he need back one? Like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Roll a net 10, so that'd be a 15. All right, he tags you with his club.
I'm gonna fall.
We'll see.
9.
You got this.
This that's going to be 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh,
So you're fine. There's nothing to worry about. And that's going to be his turn. Boar continues to feast.
Boar is so happy over there. Man.
There's a lot of lizard there.
It is.
That's going to take him a while.
It was a pretty massive lizard.
All right, we have reached the top of round
I
9.
can't. Just you
Holy
guys are
crap.
the worst.
I did not think this combat would go on this long. All right, Carlee, it is Aleeriana's go.
Do you think we'd all be dead by
You
now?
have no spell slots
We would all
left.
be dead, or she'd be dead, but the dice have not been in our favor.
I think the dice have not been in his favor either. It's dragged on.
I know, yeah, this has been bad rolls on all sides. Like we would have more dead characters if my damage dice didn't suck so bad.
My beam is no longer a cantrip anymore. It's a spell, isn't it?
What?
The healer's legacy.
That's just an action. It's not it doesn't count as a spell. So it doesn't use a spell slot, but you can only do it once per day.
Yeah.
Or once per rest.
Pew! I'm gonna hit blast the last mirror.
There you go, roll it.
Do it.
9 plus 6.
That's good enough. Roll damage and try to get a roll of 5 or higher.
Oh,
5
man.
or higher.
That's what you're going for. It was slightly better than 50-50.
Woo!
Nice.
That's an 8.
You broke the mirror. Corey,
Corey
It's-
gets to play arts and
it's
crafts.
favorite job.
I'm no more mirror for you.
Next time you get to snap him in half with your bare hands.
Do I have any bonus actions anymore?
Well, I mean, they're whatever's listed under your bonus actions. And then if you have any, well, it doesn't matter if you have any spells because you have spell slots are all gone now, but you have a couple things you can do for bonus actions.
I mean, all I have is cast spell.
Oh,
But that was just like a
Okay,
an accidental break, so it doesn't have like a real
I'll just move.
kind of like stuff. Or the person giving worksheet.
Yeah.
all right. So now you need to roll 2d10 on damage on the hag.
Try to do the crack space.
2d10, babe. 2d10. Now she's gonna roll lower than what she was rolled.
That would be sad.
We're looking for at least a 20 or a 10.
6.
Yeah.
Yep. Lower than what she rolled before. She rolled 10 before.
Of course. She gives off a shriek. However, the punchline is she gives off her shriek as the is anybody within her range?
No.
No.
Not even the.
Well, I mean, did he stop to hit me and then keep moving?
No. He
Okay.
he stopped doing it, get in between the two of you and engage. So he's out. I can't see quite how far.
He's right
She
next
is
to.
just throwing a tantrum out
5.5 away.
All right. So she shrieks. Nothing happens to anybody, but she's not happy.
All the mirrors are broken. She
Yep.
disappears.
That actually limits. And now that all the mirrors are broken, that limits some of the things she can do.
So now, well, we have to actually.
However, it is her turn.
Yeah. That's,
What can she do?
She's got a 6 movement, and she's outside the circle of mirrors that are broken. So she's going to.
A lot of us can't do anything to it.
It burned, sorry.
All right. She's going to move towards whoever's there.
Me?
Yeah.
Julie, how much?
1, 2. She has a 6 movement normally, so she doesn't actually get close. She stays back with the 1 square in between, and she pulls out her thing and tries to use her terrifying appearance on you.
Okay.
So I need you to make you're gonna basically make 2 wisdom saving throws in a row,
Okay.
both trying to get a 12 or higher.
Okay, no, that's fine. D4. I prepared for this. 12.
Okay, that's a success on the first one.
13.
And that's a success in the second one.
Precognitive punch saves the day.
Alright, so she can't do basically nothing she did worked on you. Thank you, Intellect Fortress.
Yeah. Jeez.
Actually, Intellect Fortress is just psychic. It's just resistance to psychic. What saved me was precognitive
Well, actually,
punch.
she would that would have given you reduced damage if it is succeeded, because that would have been psychic damage.
Ah,
So,
well, see, there you go.
so-
Precog and Intellect Fortress
Very
are
nice.
saving my
So
ass.
far, she's done psychic and lightning
What
damage.
pisses me off? Alright.
She's a Psyduck.
She
Yes. She is.
Yes. Okay. No, when she does that, everything. All I can think of is the explosion in the
And the movie,
Detective
yeah,
Pikachu.
yeah.
Just,
Victor.
Very few monsters left to punch. No one
You could
cares
go get the
about
most important one.
Yeah.
Go get that friggin' skull.
I think the skull.
Yes, they only,
People who cast spells can't.
Can't
Yeah, we're not gonna
Can't
hurt
hit the
that
skull.
thing.
No.
because it's.
Alright.
Do you have a way to
resistant
knock
to
it off its
everything.
pedestal?
Yeah, we can do
You
that.
can take like force damage and stuff, though. Just can't take.
It just doesn't take elemental, or the fire, cold, and poison. So I'm gonna go get the skulls. 1, 2, 3, 4, towards the top one there.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Uh, 25 for 12 damage.
Alright, that hits, and it is not liking that at all. Alright, you knock a huge, like, knock its jaw loose and some bone shards fly. It's not like that. Alright, anything else? Any bonuses or special stuff you want to do? Okay.
I have the rest of my movement, but
Okay. Alright, Monk.
You're not afraid anymore. Just.
Yeah, but it's still very.
You're hurting too.
I have the movement to get over to that other ogre, so I think I'm gonna do that and just sit basically like right next to you, Cal.
Are you,
8.
do you want to try to get? You can get.
I don't want to be
between these two
where,
guys.
like,
You can get between these two.
He's
guys.
trying to get to a point where the witch can't see him.
That's exactly what
So
I'm trying.
that's why he
not
wants to be
do.
behind the mirror. Yeah, there you go.
No, well, no. So I'm trying to get over to the ogre.
so
Like I'm.
he's gonna be on the right hand side of you, like
That's-
one square towards you.
Exactly. Yes.
Here we go.
All right, and then. Yeah, I'm just gonna try to hit him. Ten.
No.
Yeah.
Run, punch. Oh.
I am gonna. Well, is it after I take the attack actually, so I can just
Yeah.
do it. So I'll just spend another one for flurry of blows.
Alright, 2 more attacks.
Let's use this guy. 18,
There we go.
20.
Now we're talking, both those are successful.
We'll just do both at the same time. So 5 and 7, so 12 total.
Nice. Alright. Ooh! It doubles over in pain from you striking it, but it is still up.
All right.
Alright, Mr. Flame Skull whirls toward Felix. As a bonus action, it moves the flaming sphere this way.
Watch your tail. Don't become
Only when it
Terminator.
ends your turn. You're okay right now. Yeah.
And it is going to, what does it have left? Man, it's not going to be able to do that. Alright, it uses another spell. It shoots out 3 bolts of force from its eyes that unerringly strike Felix.
Yep. Fortunately, you can't do
Good thing for second wind.
Try to use it.
No,
I
no,
think
it's
it's just a little bit of damage.
good thing for that.
Oh yes, definitely.
Alright, you take 9 points of force damage as bolts slam into you. And its jaws just kind of clatter together. Alright, hey, guess what, Caity? You're alive, you're awake, you can do things. Yeah.
or whatever that I
Yeah.
securely got myself into.
You're like, boy, was it a good idea to wrap these vines and branches around my arms?
I have a good shot on anything. I mean, maybe
You could maybe hit the ogre.
Luckily, you're way up in the air in the tree, so you have kind of an angled
have a better
shot
angle
down.
view.
Yeah, it's not, you're realistically be higher than where that little pizza stand.
Sure.
The ogre or the hag, 'cause that probably that little skull thing's a little hard to hit amidst a downed Carver.
Yeah, I mean it's a lot smaller. Might not who would get it. I'm gonna go ahead and hunters mark the ogre,
Nice.
the half ogre, and then I'm gonna take a shot at it while also using piercing thorns.
Do it.
It's gonna hit. It's a 17 nat.
My guy works.
1d8 plus 1d6 for hunter's mark and another d6 for piercing thorns. 9. Oh, plus 4. 13.
All right. An arrow, and then suddenly more, well, just peppers into this thing, and it just looks up in surprise, and then just pitches over straight onto its face. It is dead.
Move the mark.
Moving the mark onto the hag.
Nice. Yeah, she comes
Alright.
back, and she's coming back with that fury.
No more ogres.
Oh,
Yes.
I'm sorry. I should have gotten touch of death for the ogre that I killed.
Okay.
So I'll just just have the 4 temporary hit
Sure,
points.
go for it.
Thank you.
So
Sorry.
Karlee actually now has something similar.
Okay, cool.
So you always
Yeah, I
gotta
have
remember,
to
whenever
remember
you
that.
drop something, you gotta keep that in mind too.
Yes.
and do your thing.
The reason I was like, do I get touch of death for that one? But no, just if I kill it.
That's cool. All right, Cal.
Do it.
First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw myself a little quick healing word. Second level. What did my last second level spell slot? For 9.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna. Hey girl.
Hey girl, hey.
I am
Does he have advantage?
done with you. No.
Oh
No.
no.
No,
So he's the only one actually in range. so-
Yeah, no.
This is like what the last 50 years of my life have been leading up to. Nat 20.
Nice.
You even spoke to the dice.
The dice was like, you are correct. This
Okay,
is
now
what
the
is
real
happening."
question is, I didn't call it beforehand, but I was going to Psychic Blades her. On a crit, do I double my Psychic Blade?
Yeah.
It's just double the number of dice, right? Not double the what you roll. It's you roll that many more dice. Okay.
Correct.
I'll roll the longsword damage first. I will eventually.
I was gonna say, I've got plenty of
Yeah, I'm not gonna offer you mine.
No.
Being super technical, normally I wouldn't allow that, but
Because I didn't call it beforehand? Or?
well, no, just because of normally it would just be double whatever the weapon attack is, whatever the magical stuff would be extra.
Oh, we can do it extra. That's fine. I don't care.
But the strict interpretation would be that.
I only get the damage on, so just double the dice. but
Double the
same
dice
damage
and all the
bonus.
modifiers and extra stuff. It is just
Okay.
normal.
So 7 damage from my longsword. And then I've got my fun sight blades. I'll just roll the 3. I won't double those. For 14 damage.
There you go.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh, she's hurting now.
Wow.
Okay. All right. Most of her shit is nullified by the destruction of mirrors. However, she can use one of her legendary actions to to at least whirl around and whack you with her staff, and that's not on her turn. She, as a legend, as a boss monster, she has legendary actions she uses. So she's going to try to smack you. Rolls a natural 5, so that's a 10. So she doesn't even succeed in that. So that was sad.
Legendary.
Yeah, legendarily.
Wait for it.
All right.
Legend. Barely.
Ooh. All right, Farih.
Okay. So. I am going to Hellish Rebuke her.
You can't. That's a reaction to you
Yeah,
taking
it's
Oh,
damage.
you're right. If you take damage. Never mind. I thought that it wasn't listed under reactions. Or
Stab
something.
yourself and then.
Yeah.
Rebuke yourself.
Yeah, right. Then we are going to instead we'll just go ahead and use we'll do Psionic Blast again, but we're only gonna use 2.
Okay.
She's getting tired. You guys have been 10
Nice.
points.
10.
Nice. Ouch. Anything else? Any movement?
No,
Any
I'm gonna
bonus?
just stay put.
Stay
I'm not-
put. Keep going.
Staring the bitch down. Bring it
All right.
on.
There are no ogres. The boar is otherwise occupied. Round 10.
Dear Christ.
Wow. Karlee, what does the new and improved Aleeriana want to do?
I'm gonna do Mistress of Swarms.
Nice. Okay. Cool. Which swarm do you with?
Bites.
You want bats?
I want some bites.
Bats go and get you. All right. So they can appear, I believe, within 30 feet to any space you see.
Jesus.
So.
Fuck.
So Aleeriana raises her arms, and then just coming down in the sky, just suddenly just this whirling cloud of bats just goes all around and starts trying to scratch and bite at her. Which let me look that up for you, since I don't
Is it
have.
a damage over time effect?
No, I mean they're basically a swarm is considered just like a monster. It's just
Oh, okay.
it's just works a little bit differently because that's so. So Karlee, go ahead and roll an initiative for your swarm. It has a +2 to its dexterity. So that's a +2 to whatever you roll.
7.
7 is when on the round the swarm will go. It'll go after Cal.
That's not a bonus action, that's actual action, correct?
It's an action to summon the swarm, yeah.
And I don't have my mace or dagger are bonus actions.
No.
Okay. So then I'm just gonna.
You gonna do any move? Yeah. Now you got a swarm of bats. Okay. Alright, and let's see, that was round now. It is the hag's turn. Alright, she whirls around to face Cal, and you can just see that she is weakened and broken, but so angry. She swings her staff wide, and at first you think she's swinging it with a staff, but instead she just comes at you with her like broken yellow teeth and tries to bite you.
Ew. Ew.
No, I'm not young.
Say anything else. It's
As she's coming at you like this, I need you to make another wisdom saving throw.
No, Baba Yaga.
Wait, actually, never mind. You're immune to it for the next
Charming.
24 hours because you've already
Oh, okay.
I've already shaken
been
off a fear
afraid.
effect,
Okay.
and so yeah, for 24 hours it can't work on you again. So never mind. It's just the bite attack on you, and that's going to be a 22 to hit.
Oh.
Oof.
Yeah.
Ew. You get bit by an old lady.
You get rabies?
You're gonna get rabies?
Maybe
You
scabies.
take
She's been on
7
the
points of
spot,
piercing
right?
damage.
Just got some yellow
If you turn into a zombie, we'll put you down.
That's fine.
I'm on board with this.
Maybe Skaties.
Let's just hope he doesn't turn into a hag.
You also take 5 points of necrotic damage on this bite.
Down.
Oh no.
And as the lights go out, the last words you hear in your head are, "You are mine."
Ew. Ew.
I think you just got bit by Shang Tsung.
Oh wait, sorry. Her sheet is like this big.
Right.
No, actually, because you're not frightened, you does not get that bonus of necrotic damage. So just the initial bite damage, not the necrotic.
Rewind,
Whoop, whoop, never mind, never mind,
That
never
bonus.
yeah.
There's a
Which
bunch
is
of stuff
another
that
one.
only works on creatures that were frightened of her. And
He's not afraid of
he's
her
not
no
afraid of
more.
her no more. So there you go. So she bit you, and and you're not frightened, so she can't use agonizing glare. So it's just the bite, and that was all. All right, and yeah,
Pretty non-threatening.
she stays right there. All right, Felix.
It's like gonna gnaw on your ankle. Okay.
Come back over here and I'll bite your ankles.
Like a spicy chihuahua.
Yeah.
Well, I'm very old.
You're daft. You have no
Rabbit.
mom.
What are you fighting? What's going on?
14 onto the skull.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Skull.
it's still there.
Skull AC is 13.
14 damage.
I think that's it for Mr. Skull. Yep.
Oh.
Oh, boo.
Smash! You just bring your sword right down, and it just breaks apart, and there's just this a flame. The flaming sphere disappears.
Woo!
Goes away too.
No more no Singe Dragon.
No more charming.
Any movement bonus?
Yeah. We'll go kill a hag.
All right. You
Just
wanna,
how many spaces?
Flank.
Other side.
Other side. There you go.
Oh, hang on.
well, technically, he could flank with the swarm as well. Basically, at this point, yeah.
She is
she's
surrounded.
she's well and truly flanked. So, there you go.
Just got stuff coming
Just
from
taking
all
it from all
sides.
sides.
Mood.
Oh damn! I forgot about Mr. Recovery.
All right, and
We covered that one on like
Alex.
day one.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there's nothing wrong with going and punching.
I
Jay,
mean,
she's mine.
do I have the movement to like? I just.
Yes.
Yeah, I think you got it.
The whole square is only 8 wide.
He'll be
You can
flanking.
definitely just move to wherever
I'm
you want.
just. Yeah, I'm just gonna step in front of Farih.
Honestly,
That's
you
fine.
just hit her in the hip, and she goes down.
Kneecap. Capper.
And then I'm guessing I'm gonna just.
Hey,
What?
let me have her. She's mine.
I just.
Just
Let me have her.
no. Punch her.
Ready in action, if I don't kill her, you can kill her. Let me have her.
50 is a
Yeah,
go.
but see.
Now we've been in combat for how many hours?
See,
I mean, you
this
can
is-
knock her down, and he can still get, you know.
I'm gonna try and grapple her again.
Okay.
Oh god.
There you go. That went well the last time. So. And you go. She flanked, so you get advantage.
Oh. Can I just like? I guess I can just roll it.
Oh,
I
roll
get
and see if
yes,
you
I
get a
get a better one. Yeah. Bye. A 16.
That's
So
what
I'll
you
just
did
I'll
last
take the
time anyway.
18.
So you,
plus, yeah,
all right, you
acrobatics.
officially have a hold of her.
Okay. and
So
then I'm just
All
gonna-
of her.
now
just gonna-
you're holding on to her.
That's-
All right, she's restrained.
We're gonna dance.
And I guess that's really like, as my, I don't like.
Do we know she's close enough to dead that you could kill her?
That's.
I mean, now that you
Just
got her,
her.
you could use
Just
flurry,
like
or
nothing
you
but
could
that.
use your bonus action unarmed strike to just like headbutt her while you got a hold of her if you want.
No, because I have to use the attack action. That's what I was looking at. And it has to be on my turn, and I have to use the attack action. So if I had readied it, I would have gotten like one punch in, but like it's not really. So I
Okay.
figure if I can just hold her where she is and try to mess with like, if he wants to try to kill her, try to mess with
I mean,
her.
for a monk that's already fighting unarmed, I mean, I would say that a grapple is still counts as an unarmed strike, but that's up to you.
Then.
Because to me,
I'll-
it makes perfect sense that you use your abilities as a unarmed combatant. You grab a hold of her, then you just like literally headbutt her or something. You have
Take
the
it.
ability to use
That's
your
like-
body.
Then with your
My
I will
blessing.
use, and I'll get an 11. So Nope.
Alright, so she's just writhing around as this little dried sack of bones. She's not that strong. She's only, I mean, she's strong. I mean, stronger than she looks. She's got a 15 strength, but still.
She's stronger than me.
Threw her once.
By a lot.
I'm not worried
By a
about
lot.
Stronger than me.
All right, no flame skull anymore. However, we have a ranger and a tree.
Can I attack the hag from across the way without hitting somebody?
I wouldn't roll low.
I have 5 hit points.
I was gonna say, Caity.
If you stick that arrow in me, I'm
It's
dead.
kind of a
I
clusterfuck.
would take your action to be curious yourself.
Like there's a bunch of people, and there's just bats are flying all over the place. It's really hard to
you
see
don't, I
over
don't
there.
think you have that feat that allows you to do that.
And you don't know where these bats came from either.
Don't kill the bats.
You shoot the boar.
Bats are
Boar.
terrible.
I know, I'm pretty sure I'm.
Yeah, just say to brain the
Please
boar.
shield yourself, darling.
That's what I
No
said.
one's gonna come at me. I'm not in any danger. My character would not do that.
Minus the boar that's sitting right underneath you.
It's
Boars
eating
can't
the.
climb trees?
It's been eating
It's
a
true.
lizard for a
He's
minute.
been munching that lizard.
Yeah.
But you're looking and suddenly you're saying, ham, bacon, pork chops.
We're gonna be hungry after this.
Right.
We were doing
I'm just gonna go ahead and take an aim shot at the boar.
Okay, go for it.
Nope.
Your heart wasn't in it. You just shoot at the ground.
Oh, I'm so tired.
I'm not feeling so good, you guys.
Katie.
I've had a rough day.
Are you using my die?
Yeah, I did.
Oh,
All right,
I gave you a
Corey.
good roll and then a bad roll.
Yeah.
I get advantage, right?
That's
Yes.
Not yours.
She is
Like all the
res-
advantage.
She is restrained.
She's,
She is saying you
she's
got
surrounded. She's restrained.
You can basically just coup de grace, right?
No, but however,
21.
that is definitely a hit.
Coup d'etat.
5 damage.
She is whittled down a little bit closer.
Psychic blades.
Psychic blades.
for fuck's sake.
7.
Okay.
For fuck's sake.
Out of 15. It
Out
was
of-
still lower than
I know.
Still
60%.
incredible.
The
You've
dice
done
are just-
shitload of
That's
damage.
just-
All right, Carlee.
No!
So much table left on the
Yes.
or so much damage
Bats
on
are
the table.
swirling around and under your command. You can make a bite attack with them. They'll be +4 to hit
With advantage.
with advantage.
With
Yeah,
advantage
yeah.
to roll
She's
to.
restrained. They can.
Oh, Lordy.
The bats can easily scratch and bite her in the face.
15.
Plus what?
4.
+4.
Right.
So yeah, it's a hit. It's 2d4 piercing damage.
Goddamn bats are gonna kill this
I need
hag.
to get a 4.
You don't have my 4?
2 and
5.
5.
Nice. All right.
Just gonna.
Another-
She's
thousand
scratching, bit, and
cuts.
she's still just like defiant and
No,
just
we
writhing
go
around.
and Just like mutilate
Death by a
all
thousand
hags.
cuts.
Yeah, I
Have
know.
you
Alright.
Have you not seen her face?
I
Okay,
haven't.
you haven't.
We can never seemingly kill something with just like make it dead. We have to like mutilate it
Well,
slowly.
right now, that seems to be
All right,
the case.
Liz, you're up.
Remember when we carried that guy in the wheelbarrow across the I mean, 2 episodes. Yeah, let's not do that.
I mean,
Put the bag in a wheelbarrow.
That wheelbarrow will show her.
Take a step forward and just swing at her.
oh, I'm not gonna do that.
She's still got psychic points.
I do have psychic points still, so. Just for funsies, I guess I'm gonna use Hammer of Inquisition.
Are we at that point where we're just for funsying things?
I mean, he wants to kill it, so if I fail, I'm not gonna feel bad about it. So she
We
needs to
might
make an
feel bad about
intelligence
it
saving
later.
throw.
Okay. She can do that. Her intelligence is okay. That would be a 10.
And she would fail.
That's a fail. What happens with Hammer of Inquisition?
So, her next, in the event that it even matters, and the next time she has to make a wisdom saving throw,
Okay.
she has disadvantage, and we're gonna use 2 points on that, so that is 2d10. Please, God, do something.
Oh, you're gonna kill her?
2 damage.
Shut your face.
Oh, God.
Well,
I'm
that's
sorry.
For
12.
12 points of
Damn.
damage. And she's just gonna be like,
she is just like looking so haggard and messed up, but she's still holding on. You guys have done. I mean, like I said, this hag had pushing 200 hit points, and you guys have got her very low at this point.
How much damage have we done to her?
Well, that'll.
Yeah, so
You
he can't
yeah,
tell
you
us.
Like,
No, I'm how much?
Well
we have done.
over 100 points of damage.
Yeah, say, but if he tells us specifically, you can calculate down.
All
From
right, I'll just say this: you've done over 150 points of damage to her.
Jesus,
for
Mary,
sure.
Mother of God.
This is the toughest single thing you guys have ever faced.
Well,
And the truth is, if she had access, I mean, like honestly, if you guys hadn't have broken as many
Or
mirrors as fast,
thrown around
and if
the
she hadn't
mirrors
thrown
that
out of the
quick,
circle of
yeah.
mirrors, like I didn't get to use half of the shit on me.
You expected
Jay
any
was-
less from us?
There was definitely 2 rounds where she just been getting up and moving around.
Yeah, right. Like,
Anyway,
okay,
so-
who's next?
So you did that. You did the damage. You did that. She's gonna fail the next thing. There, the board just keeps on eating. The ogres are dead. We're around 11, Karlee. It's we're now off of the sheet.
I'm gonna blast. If I blast, though, will I hit anybody else?
No, I mean if you rolled a 1, maybe.
Yes.
I mean if you roll really.
Remember when you
bad,
rolled a 1 and broke the mirror?
But did that help?
I mean, I'm just saying.
But did you
Did
die?
anyone die, though?
Did you die?
Almost. Several people have almost died.
Caity actually did for half a second.
Several times.
I'm gonna, just blast her in the face.
I think half of our party is at like.
Nat
20!
That's double dice damage.
He's got some really good dice.
13.
13!
Oh my god, it was over half.
I know.
Way to go! Woo!
Breaking the statistics.
Sorry, what was that?
13.
13.
No status quo for me!
In the face, so you're gonna fix her nose a little more. Just really give it a good. Your nose looks better.
Alright.
You're welcome.
Your corpse will look great.
Okay.
In the morn, it'll be great.
Yeah, it'll be great. No, we're gonna set that shit on fire. Just saying.
Anything else?
Is there anything else?
I'd like to pull out the toenail plier and just see it running the toenail.
Looks like we went out again, but
Oh,
and it's reconnecting. I mean,
Oh,
this-
okay, yeah.
It just seems to do this every so often.
Stream has disconnected. Yeah,
I have to do some diagnostics and stuff, and we'll try it after the stream.
Yeah.
Napkin.
We don't have to run out of here.
And it seems like we're back. The good news is the recording is going the whole time. So
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
my local
Whose
recording is
turn?
happy.
Yeah.
I was seeing if Karlee wanted to do anything else.
Nope, I don't need
All right,
to
she
do
just
anymore.
blasted and she's
Blast her in
happy.
the face.
Haggard's turn.
All right, the
She's
hag.
unblocked.
She is now going to try to break the restraints.
Good luck.
She's gonna break an arm.
So that's
Or
going to
her
be an
other hip.
opposed athletics check against you. She rolled a 4 plus 2, so that's a 6.
I can't believe I beat her. I rolled a 5 plus 6.
His modifier is more than her roll.
No, listen.
So she did not succeed.
She is riding that struggle buzz.
She is. She's not gonna go down easy.
She's a strength. However, she is going to attempt to do a bite on you. Well, since you can headbutt her,
That's
she's going to
right.
try to bite you.
What happens when you grapple, man?
So that's going to be an 18 to bite hit you.
Oh
That
no.
hit.
That's bad, because you've been feared too.
No.
Well, he's not
He's
afraid.
I broke it.
He's not afraid now.
Yeah,
But
he's good.
it
He's
doesn't
going
matter.
down. Yeah, he's going down.
So that means you don't get the bonus damage. However, you do still get. Oh, that was a good roll.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm down.
It doesn't matter what it is. He's
So
I'm
14 points of damage, but you're just down.
Yes,
So.
I'm down.
Yeah.
Hey, no longer grapple, she got free.
So yeah, so the monk slumps to the ground. She is free and she cackles.
Jesus. Like burn.
But she does this, and like black blood is like flowing out between her teeth and down her face while she laughs. She is
Sure it's not
fucked
her.
up. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot more she can, because right now she tries to run away. She gets opportunity attacked by like
By three
everybody.
people.
Worry about it.
Everybody.
And the vents.
However, well, that is one thing she can still do. She just suddenly, she closes her eyes and she isn't there. However, I mean,
You can still smell her.
I have Hunter's mark on her.
yeah.
I
You,
know
you know she's still there. She just turned invisible.
Can I still sense her psychically?
Yeah.
Okay. So.
She's still there. You just can't see her. All right, and that was her turn. And all right, Mr. Felix, what's he gonna do?
Well, we don't see her anywhere else. Can I step in that square to see if she's there? Like, I mean, that would be what I would try to
Yeah.
do.
You can just like quickly kind of poke around and you realize that she's still there and you can still hear her. So it just cancels out the advantage of the flanking. So you can still take a normal shot at her.
Okay.
She's still right where she was before, surrounded by all you guys.
Okay, I'm gonna announce that she's still there.
Okay.
And I'm gonna attempt to grapple.
Oh, you want to grab her too?
Yeah.
Okay. Go for it. So just gonna be a normal,
That's fair. 4 plus.
be just basically be your strength
Strength,
bonus
right.
plus your proficiency bonus,
4.
which
so,
is 2.
yeah, so that's a 10 total.
All right, you do not get hold of her. Okay. You just flail around trying to grab empty air. She's
Sure.
apparently dodging around. Anything
and
else?
Yeah, Commander Strike. So he's plus 6 damage. on
Nice.
his attack.
All right,
You have,
Corey.
I get a free attack and
You-
then my turn, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So this counts as your reaction for this round,
Yep.
and you get a free attack
Yeah, what is it, plus?
Plus 6.
to damage.
No, to
Oh, to damage.
Yeah.
Or on 18?
Yeah, normally you'd be at disadvantage or invisible, but because you guys are all flanking her, it's just normal roll.
Yep, 18 to hit.
That's a hit.
Well,
Roll and add your bonus damage.
4, 5, 6, 11.
All right. Felix screams, "Now, Cal, get her! She's right there!" You pull out your dagger, sink it right into her, and then suddenly you realize you got her right in the back, which arches up, and she screams, and black bile and blood just comes out of her face and her eyes and her ears. She sinks down to her knees, and you twist the knife one more time, and she just falls down and just crumples over like a dried, empty sack, and just disgusting black dead blood just oozes out of her from every location. And Hunter's Mark on dinner, you guys. Yeah, we will just say that you're able to dispatch the boar.
4 little pork chops.
We don't need to roll the murder of the pig.
Everybody else does.
We can just cut to later as you're roasting the boar over a spit.
So when it's over, the first thing I'm gonna do is go over and check on Carver, or I guess Mr. E. So that's what we know.
All right.
I'm gonna move over and heal Jingarn.
Am I,
My bats are gonna go away, right?
so in looking at
Well,
it,
I mean,
could she?
the bats will last for up to a minute until you dismiss them.
Has it venom in it?
I mean, no, it's been
Okay,
like
cool.
a couple
There's
rounds.
Jingarn.
Alex. You
What?
need 5 each.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
That makes sense.
And I'm also.
I mean,
Do I
So, go ahead.
Yeah.
You do your thing.
You were asking a question.
do I feel any sort of like
Yes.
alleviation, relief, anything?
You feel this weird sense that shackles that have been on you for so long, things have been tied to your mind and messed with you for so long, is completely lifted. Your entire memory has completely been restored at this point, and any compulsion on your will is now 100% lifted. This thing that has had a hold of you so long is now completely gone.
So I'm gonna psychically reach out. I know he's not here, but psychically reach out for Mr. E
So you look, you're down. He's face down, completely
Yeah.
unmoving, but you sense him, but it's not there. It's
Yeah.
just kind of over there,
Side,
about,
okay.
about
I
25
mentioned
feet
at the
over there.
moment, I think that something happened to Mr. E when he fell.
So, but I'm gonna sort of search for it
Yeah.
by sensing it.
Since-
Since
point
you
her in the
sense
right
since there's no
direction.
danger, it just takes you a few minutes. You fall under the glass and you find the gem that you held up in between your horns for so many years of your life. It
Yeah.
just literally fell out of his chest.
Okay.
You know, because of his interdimensional travel and
Okay.
harsh impact.
Okay.
But you'll be able to slap it back into him and reboot him.
That's what we're gonna do.
Reboot.
Yeah.
That was rough.
Reboot
was
it,
your
except
very
for he's not
first
here.
Full on boss
He's
fight,
gonna need
you guys.
time.
Yeah, he's gonna need time to
Start
figure it
over.
out again. Yeah.
He's not on SSDs.
No, no.
Strangely, in the distance, you hear the windows boot up.
Where was it? Look for my treasure notes.
Windows do not shut down normally.
You know the PS4 thing that it does every time it turns off when it's not supposed to? Yeah.
No, he's gonna do a firmware check and everything.
Yeah, right.
Running diagnostics,
Running
defragging.
scheduled maintenance.
Scheduled maintenance.
He's gonna defragment.
Do I notice anything about the hag? Like, do I recognize her for my own ulterior motives that I'm looking for? I don't recognize that she's related to whatever was going on with the forest fires and stuff.
Not that you're aware of. But you now have this sense from what was going on with Cal and other people that she has been manipulating people and events from a distance for a long time. So there's no way to rule out that she was there unless you had some other way of. Checking that out. You do see one of the weird things you note now as you look into every single cracked mirror is there's just a frozen image of her face just in a contorted scream that's just sort of permanently burned on to the mirror, but with a huge crack right through it.
Well, that'll be
That's
fun for
amazing.
whoever comes across this later. Performance art. She turned me into
She's
a
a
lady.
haggy witch.
I didn't use
She's not a witch, she's a
I got better.
Well, I got better.
As you search, you see that the stone altar that the skull was floating over is actually it has like a stone, almost like a sarcophagus. It's not, even though it's sort of square, but it has like a lid you could push off and look inside. Which I think you just mimed pushing off and looking inside.
Jingarn, was that enough to get you up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, when you look inside this stone box, there's a shitload of treasure inside.
Oh man,
We like treasure.
we do like treasure.
Unprepared.
After the minute is up, the bats just suddenly disperse and fly away and become just individual bats that just go away.
So Mike was watching, he's like, fuck's sake, he's not a robot.
Sure you are. You're not here. You don't get
The
to
hag
argue.
herself, she has nothing, she has an ordinary staff. However, she does have a what appears to be a magical cloak of some kind that she was wearing.
So these checks to check what kind of abilities they may have is an Arcana check.
It is, because you guys are going to be able to take some time to do this,
Yeah.
I'm not going to make you do rolls. I'll just tell you what everything is.
Okay.
And I'll make a note of this on the group, but I'll go ahead and tell you real quick, just so you know, you got some cool stuff. So she has a cloak of protection that she was wearing.
Everybody's gonna need to watch that.
What does that do?
Get that 3,000-year-old.
It's-
Plus 1 AC or
I'll track
something.
It's like, yeah, it's a saving
Oh,
throw
got it.
thing. Inside the stone sarcophagus, there is a pair of boots that are covered in magical runes that you eventually identify as boots of striding and springing.
What size are they?
They're magic and they will change size to adapt to your
To whoever you decide to give it to.
Just like the one ring, they will just
It will fit.
Or like, you know, Marty McFly's special shoes from Back to the Future 2.
Yes.
There is a small hand mirror in there, which some of you may freak you guys out, but it's a mirror of the past.
Yoink.
There are a couple people who might like that, so no yoinking of anything.
There is a long, dead and dried oyster that when you pry it open, there is a pearl of power inside. A small set of hand pipes, like a musical instrument, aside, called that are identified as pipes of the sewers. There's also some cash to the tune of 19 copper coins, 148 silver coins, 45 gold coins, and 3 platinum. There is also a non-magical book of lore that you find. Just a quick glance tells you it is about it's like fairy tales, except it's kind of the reverse. This is like, it is not written in the common tongue, but apparently this is more like the stories that of some fey creatures tell about humans. And it might be of interest to collectors and scholars, and might have some interesting things if you dig through it. There is a very well-crafted magnifying lens. A vial of holy water. 11 gems of azurite.
Spell that.
Azurite. 9 gems of lapis lazuli. There's an opal bracelet. A pair of gaming dice carved from soapstone.
Soapstone?
Yeah. A linen mask lined with silver thread. Perfectly crafted silver pitcher.
Corey's got the whole list.
Did you say the stuff? Are we getting that stuff that you said?
What?
Are we getting that stuff that you said, or you just haven't gotten to it yet? Did you say something about a staff?
No, she had a basic staff.
She
She
has
had
a
a
basic
basic wooden
She just had an ordinary staff. Yeah. It was her cloak that was the magical thing. And finally, there is an opal figurine of a little pixie that is very well carved and might be worth something. It's tiny, but it's well made and cute. And then finally, there is this perfectly round stone that's just the size of a fist. And you know, you're able to sense that you're looking at it has some kind of magical properties, but you'd have to play around with it. Basically, as you experiment with it over the next day or two, you discover that it does one thing. If you place it on the ground, it'll roll 20 feet per round. So every 6 seconds, it makes it 20 feet toward the nearest source of fresh water. So it's
Like a Dowling stone.
yeah. And that's it. So this is like the hoard that's been stored here from various victim sacrifices and lost travelers. And then other than that, yeah, there's also the eyeball in the jar that you left buried inside the troll's hut.
There's a lot of
So
stuff.
we should probably rest.
Yes.
I mean,
You do notice that already it's just some of the oppressive, noxious fog in the area, and some of the ways even the smaller little critters around here were eyeing you and circling you this whole time has completely started to dissipate. Like it's just the menacing thing. I mean, is with her is gone. So like in game terms, she literally had regional effects that affected this whole area. That was her boss spot, and now that she's gone. Plus her ability to project herself into reflective surfaces and screw with you guys. That's all done now.
I'm gonna do the fucked up thing. Can I take her head?
You may, absolutely. is
You sure you don't want to set her on?
permanently affixed into a terrifying scream of pain.
Can I make a religion or an investigation to see if there's anything the Dragon Shrine may have offered for this area? If this was the entrance to that area?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to go ahead and roll.
See if there's anything.
We did something good for the area.
11.
Plus
Well, as best as you can just sort of piece together, it seems that this was, that, you know, long before this area even was a swamp, this was a gateway to the otherworldly shrine. And then
Be, like, weirded out.
something that was trying to stop the hag set up the mirrors and trapped her, basically used the extraplanar power of this gateway to trap her inside, since and that's what's kept her here for however long she's been. And she needed the right people at the right time to come through and come back to break the link that would so it allow her to escape, but it also made her vulnerable. Because
Okay,
before
so
she was,
she wasn't
you
calm.
really couldn't hurt her
Yeah.
inside the mirror. She
Okay.
would have been able to just get away from you before. So she wanted to get out, but she also made herself, you know, potential. But she also, you know, there was a chance. This could have gone a couple different ways. One, she could have killed you guys. It was a rough fight. Another is that there was a chance she could get away and, you know, go for revenge or more mischief somewhere else. But you guys took her out. I mean, there was just a number of rounds where it was like the things that I could have done were not optional. And then after you had her outside of the mirrors and later broke all the mirrors, and suddenly like half the shit on this sheet wasn't good anymore. But that's how you win, and you managed to damn near get
Well
200 points of
played.
damage. So
Well played,
so
Monk.
you guys,
Well
Yeah,
played.
well played, Monk is right. Well, Carlee's misspell. Got
Yeah,
us
as I
there,
say, they
too.
gave us the mirror hint.
Yep.
Had no, we could have assumed these things, but you know, there's like the grapple was entirely like I didn't know it was gonna work.
No,
I
and
assumed
the grapple
I
was a really
assumed
good move.
she was incorporeal, so I was expecting to just be like, but
No, it was really good.
apparently Michael takes exception to calling his character a robot.
No, he doesn't like it, but he's not here to fight it.
I'm a Warforged. All right. This is the only session we've ever had that's just been one long ass fight.
that's awesome.
But it was shorter, and this was a big boss fight, so that'll work for this time. We will talk about in the group about what we're gonna do to what should the group's plans for next time. But
Yeah.
I guess until then, I hope anybody who tuned in would or sees this later on video on demand will consider making your donation to our Extra Life team and helping kids. And we thank you for watching.
Thank you.
Again, everybody. Thank you.
Yeah.